Don't allow anybody to enter.
No, he's run away. He actually turned it off. He's turned it off. He's turned the engine off. Well, just as you can see, one of the protesters right now is being arrested by the police for a bit of misconduct here. So just as you can see, he's sort of resisting arrest right here. Well, it's very, very chaotic right now. A lot of things happening around. A lot of things happening at once right here at the 37 runabout. A lot of things happening. The car is being towed over there too. Just as you can see, I'm zooming in right now from there. Hi guys, good afternoon. So I'm out here. There's still some guys here. They're in the corner. But anyway, the reason why I'm doing this video is to kind of dispel a few untruths being pushed out by the media, by the police. Okay, so let me start with what happened in the morning, right? So I'm sure you've all seen videos of Oliver taking the car key out of one of the police vehicles. What they didn't tell you was that they were towing away our car that had all our supplies, so our water, our placards, everything. So this idea that just because it's the state is allowed to do whatever the hell they want, and you're not in any way allowed to resist them in any way, you know, we need to move away from this. Oh, you are so lawless. What is lawful about agreeing on a route for a demonstration, and then on the day of the demonstration deciding that actually you can't use this route, we're going to create blockades to stop you from being able to do what we both agreed on, right? So once the thing is, if he who comes to equity must come with clean hands, has the police acted justly with us? Have they been fair? Have they been honest in their dealings with us? From the constant need to try and attain ex parte injunctions against us, you know, and it's like this constant, the minute we react, it's like, oh, look at what they're doing. Oh, you're so lawless, you guys are so this. But all of you are so silent on the mistreatment by the police, by the state, how the state uses the police to suppress our voices, to suppress our right to protest. Okay, and then as it stands now, it's literally like 4 p.m, right? In the morning, from about 11 o'clock, people have been arrested. It's 4 p.m. We have no idea where Ghana police is taking these people. We have no idea where they are. It's 4 p.m. From 11, 5 hours. So these people have not been allowed to seek legal counsel. So you people keep talking about, oh, and then we fix the country for, you guys are lawless. The police, are they lawful? What is lawful about arresting, literally kidnapping? As it stands now, there's an 8-year-old child who was also taken when they were arresting people. We don't know where the child is. Now, Keyaoba, would you be okay with that? Eyaonana, would you be okay with that? They have to say they don't even care about human lives, not even recognizing the fact that there's a child. So you know what? This is a child here. Let's be mindful how we act. They put the child in the police vehicle. And it's 5 hours. How is this okay? How are we comfortable with this? And all I'm seeing online is, oh, you people need to learn to be lawful. Has the police been lawful? The police themselves, the ones who are meant to, you know, who are meant to maintain law and order, continue to break the laws. But you people are so comfortable with people in authority breaking the laws. And talking about breaking the laws, let's talk about Galamsey. Is it not the same police service and the army, government, who are protecting the people who are doing the Galamsey? When Erastus and Joy News went to do their documentary to expose Galamseyers, was it not members of the Ghanaian army who attacked them, destroyed their equipment? Where were you then? Where was the lawfulness in that act? So this idea that you continue to seek lawfulness from people who are constantly being oppressed, constantly being attacked, constantly being treated unfairly, come on guys. Like, you cannot continue to expect this from us. You can't expect, this is not to say that we are unlawful. My point is that we are just resisting. We're resisting in Kwasiasemna, Akosona channel. We're resisting it. Like, we're saying enough is enough. Like, it's too much. And you know, everybody, oh, you guys, you're doing this.
I'm a lolo, I'm a gay. Oh, you go do more. Oh, I'm a lolo, I'm a gay. A woman. No, this should not happen. Too bad. James can be cool. Oh. James can be cool. James can be cool. Oh. I can't petrol. Get the wool. You come on, no. Oh, Yakowa. Ghana be here now. Noni wole me face o. I was ka ke hailele. I was ka ke tewo. Ni aba. Como no ni Ghana be here na ni wo mo. It was ye fite wonu tumo ye insone na kedwe. Ye kedwe fite wonu tumo ye insone na. Ye wa ni what's so na ni dwe ni gba wo le me na. Ye hamenu tumo ye ni first abu. One yafi ni ye kwa adwe ni wa wo te ba de. Iwa wo kra. Iwa wo kra. Iwa wo kra. Ye fa ne Ghana. Wo small ni wo le me nutumo ba fite. Ye kedwe akpa agota mi kani bi wo. Ni e ka gba wo la mana. Ya me nutumo mi. I'm a lolo, I'm a gay. Oh, you go do more. Oh, I'm a lolo, I'm a gay. A woman. No, this should not happen. Too bad. James can be cool. Oh. James can be cool. James can be cool. Oh. I can't petrol. Get the wool. You come on, no. Oh, Yakowa. Ghana be here now. Noni wole me face o. I was ka ke hailele. I was ka ke tewo. Ni aba. Como no ni Ghana be here na ni wo mo. It was ye fite wonu tumo ye insone na kedwe. Ye kedwe fite wonu tumo ye insone na. Ye wa ni what's so na ni dwe ni gba wo le me na. Ye hamenu tumo ye ni first abu. One yasi, you know, quite join the way I would have here. The wow cry, the wow cry. Eh? The wow cry. You're funny. Come, Ghana. Was small new war will let me much more about it. Like a joy at Pagota, we can even war. Me a back in who will a man. Yeah, I am a much more.
One chairman, I said, many precepts, much as because of me Islamic party. Nanyam coupon, why did you tata? The question I'm a catcher in Kermofa catch for one can say. If not now, when again? If not now, when again? Say, what is this young Kermofa? Yes, I have a kind and feared your sons will be. Never. Yes, I need CC and money and none. On the 7th of December, Baumia, make a ceremony. Baumia, make a ceremony. Well, the Islam soon be a 2 man.
Look, Mr. Bill, you've really exemplified what D looks like in life here today. That's how D, a performance of D, that's how it looks like. Yeah, a pure performance of D. Listen, as I sat there, watch you and watch Sami Jemfi, it's clear that Sami Jemfi has been very clear. He's been very clear, very eloquent. He's been able to articulate his points, and he's won head and shoulders over you. That's how D looks like in life. I told you this ECA is a bunch of incompetence. A bunch of incompetence. Listen, when we have a new government, the first demonstration will be for us to reconstitute the EC. You can't put party foot soldiers there, and then they'll give you a D performance like this. D. How can you say this register, you would not exhibit it again? How? Listen, let me tell you, based on all the problems NDC has identified, you have no option but to do this independent audit. Okay. I saw that. I heard your mama met U.S. Ambassador Virginia Palmer. Yes. Please, Ambassador Virginia Palmer, help us. There must be an independent audit. These guys want to raid this election.
Mr. Barnabio, that ask that the NDC put before you, that if you say you have corrected, I think you've repeated it on this platform, that you've corrected the issues that the NDC raised.
I said we've corrected the issues that we have detected. NDC has not given us their issues.
Okay.
But we told them that they should let us have it. Perhaps we have even, it's part of what we have already corrected.
So when they made the demand that, okay, so the ones you have corrected, let them have a copy of it. Why didn't you give it to them?
We told them that we were still in the process. We have not finished. As I'm talking to you now, we are still working on it, and until the district registration review officer has finished his work and we have implemented the decisions, we cannot freeze data. So what we told them was that we are still working on it. Okay. So they should let us have this. We investigate. If they are not already resolved, then we do that. And when we finish, we give them what we have done for them to have them. And you see, the liveliness that he's talking about, it was good that we introduce it now, because it enables us to take all the transfer that we are making through it to ensure that nobody use such unapproved means to effect transfers. Okay, but so it was good.
Indeed. So you did it post the exhibition?
We did it
after the exhibition.
We did it before the end of the exhibition. When the issue cropped up, we immediately took steps to acquire it.
But the exhibition started.
So the audits that they are asking for all around the table, will it hit?
The issue is that the issue is that EC is for credible voters register. So if NDC is coming on board to support us achieve, we have no problem. They should let us know what is wrong with the register.
No, but the presentation they did before you on last week's Friday, it wasn't enough to convince you that there was some concern, something wrong?
We already think that we might have resolved those things, because we have resolved all the issues that we have identified. And so they should not say no. Areas that they think there are still issues to resolve. When you are able to make your case, then we take it from there. And secondly, we are even asking them to come to the discussion table.
No, but they had a discussion table.
No, that was not discussion. They came to show us. And we are asking that they should come to the discussion table so that we
discuss what exactly?
The issues that they are talking about.
But the issues they brought to you 2 weeks ago.
They did not bring them to us.
The things they
inform us that they have issues and categorize them into 5 and gave examples.
No, did you admit
they give examples?
Yes.
Then
did you admit to those issues?
You, for instance, you say 50,000 dead people are on the register. How do we know if you don't provide the details?
Dead people is not part of
it's not part of the issues.
That's just part of it.
No, it's not
you
part
mentioned 50,000. Ask your director for elections.
Okay, so
you say about 3,900 and something people.
How will you know?
They say somebody.
How will you know? You know the identity of the somebody.
I don't know the somebody.
These are party people, and I'm telling you that they are MPP people. And you are saying
I do not have
say you don't know.
What I know is what I'm telling you.
Say you don't know. You see, this is what you get when you have rabid MPP foot soldiers managing the IT system of the EC. Let me tell you something. We talk about the IT system being audited for us to know the protocols for entry, who has entered and at what time did they enter and did they have authorization to enter and what did they do when they entered, to diagnose the problem and to come up with practicable solutions to prevent what has happened. This man is saying no. And you see, he's even defending government. It's not government. Let me tell you why. Do you know who is running the IT system of the EC? A man called Dr. Ofori. Dr. Ofori is a former MPP Tescon patron. Who is the one supporting him? Yakwache. Who is Yakwache? The son of Amfo Kwache, Akufo-Addo's former personal assistant. Why is this man the director? Why is this man? Hold on. Why is this man, Mr. Banubio, the director for electoral services? Do you know where he was working? He's been a long-standing regional EC director in Ashanti region. 2024 election is coming. They bring him from Ashanti region. He's now director for electoral services. Why won't you have them defending these things?
Yes, absolutely.
So, again, you see, hold on. Yes. Honorable Yabuabia, someone made a very important point. Listen to me. I'm coming.
It's so bad. You are celebrating it.
It's so bad. We are not being petty here. You have bastardized the electoral commission by appointing people like me. Can Sami Jenfi, if Sami Jenfi, your mama makes me an EC commissioner, is that pettiness? You made Apiaje a known MPP communicator who I was debating on radio in Sunyane, an MPP Tescom patron. You made him an EC commissioner. You've taken You've taken another MPP Tescom person. You've given him your IT system to run. We are raising that, and you are saying this pettiness. Are you serious? Are you serious? You think we don't know the things you did in Ashanti region when you were there? Hold on. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let me stay on issue. Yabuabia made a very important issue about the fact that the figures involved. Let's continue.
That is your
progress from there. The point is made. Let me make progress.
Because you cannot sit down here for them to just feel lies.
Haven't you admitted Pusiga? How did an electoral officer sit in the confines of we detected Pusiga? If you claim that you are doing your own investigation, why didn't you detect Pusiga?
Exactly.
Because you are part of it. You did it. Look, and they have sat here and lied that it happened in only Pusiga. I've demonstrated to you as soon as South, your reporters can check. Ofori Chrome, they did illegal transfers. I have the data. You can go and check across the country. But hold on, listen. Imagine that they are able to illegally.
That's disinformation.
Hold on. Please, I didn't ask you.
No, he's talking.
Hold on. Imagine that they are able. You see, they have over 40,000 police stations in Ghana. Just take half. That's 20,000. If they succeed with this illegal transfers they are doing on the quiet that people are not paying attention to, and they disenfranchise only 10 voters per polling station, that is 200,000 votes. Absolutely. In 2008.
And you see, the liveliness that he's talking about, it was good that we introduce it now, because it enables us to take all the transfer that we are making through it to ensure that nobody use such unapproved means to effect transfers. Okay, but so it was good.
Indeed. So you did it post the exhibition?
We did it
after the exhibition.
We did it before the end of the exhibition. When
Okay.
The issue crop up, we immediately took steps to acquire it.
But the exhibition started.
So the audits that they are asking for all around the table, will it hit?
The issue is that the issue is that EC is for credible voters register. So if NDC is coming on board to support us achieve, we have no problem. They should let us know what is wrong with the register.
No, but the presentation they did before you on last two weeks Friday, it wasn't enough to convince you that there was some concern, something wrong?
We already think that we might have resolved those things because we have resolved all the issues that we have identified. And so they should not say no. Areas that they think there are still issues to resolve. When you are able to make your case, then we take it from there. And secondly, we are even asking them to come to the discussion table.
No, but they had a discussion table.
No, that was not discussion. They came to show us. And we are asking that they should come to the discussion table so that we
discuss what exactly?
The issues that they are talking about.
But the issues they brought to you 2 weeks ago.
They did not bring them to us.
There are things they
inform us that they have issues and categorize them into five and gave examples.
No. Did you admit
they give examples?
Yes.
Then
did you admit to those issues?
You, for instance, you say 50,000 dead people are on the register. How do we know if you don't provide the details?
Dead people is not part of the
it's not part of the issues.
That's just part of it.
No,
you mentioned 50,000. Ask your director for elections.
Okay.
So and you see the liveliness that he's talking about. It was good that we introduce it now, because it enables us to take all the transfer that we are making through it to ensure that nobody use such unapproved means to effect transfers.
Okay,
but so it was good.
Indeed. So you did it post the exhibition?
We did it
after the exhibition.
We did it before the end of the exhibition. When the issue crop up, we immediately took steps to acquire it.
But the exhibition started.
The audits that they are asking for all around the table, will it hit?
The issue is that the issue is that EC is for credible voters register. So if NDC is coming on board to support us achieve, we have no problem.
We have also noted comments from the NDC alluding to ghost names in the register. We are aware that there may be dead persons on the register because several persons die each year. One of the key purposes of the exhibition exercise is to allow relatives of the dead to initiate the process of expunging their names from the register. The NDC indicated at the meeting that it had identified some 50,000 persons who were dead on the register. The Commission once again requested the details of the 50,000 dead persons and assured the NDC that it will work with the District Assembly and Birth and Death Registry to expunge the names from the register. As with the data on the discrepancies identified by the NDC, we are yet to receive the list of the dead. The Commission strongly believes that the surest way to attaining a credible and robust register is not through demonstrations. As indicated earlier, the EC assured the NDC during the meeting that it would conduct a thorough investigation and report on the issues they had detected within a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, also upgrade the surfaces of our football pitches to meet the highest international standards. And so we will be seeing an upgrading of the stadia in Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, Tamale, and Esipong to make sure that they meet the highest international standards. Ladies and gentlemen, also upgrade the surfaces of our football pitches to meet the highest international standards. And so we will be seeing an upgrading of the stadia in Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, Tamale, and Esipong to make sure that they meet the highest international standards. My government will also implement an effective maintenance module for our sports facilities. We will continue the construction of astroturfs for every constituency to boost the development of our talents, including juvenile football. We have increased astroturfs from 3 that we inherited to over 150 in 2024.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to mark the 100-day countdown to the 13th African Games to be held in Accra. Ghana won the bid to host and organize the 2023 edition of the biggest sporting event on the continent, for which reason we are gathered here. The 13th African Games are scheduled to come off from 8th to 23rd of March 2023. Today marks the 100-day countdown to when Ghana will welcome our brothers and sisters from 54 African Union member states to participate in the African Games. We are expecting about 5,000 elite athletes, 3,000 experienced officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, also upgrade the surfaces of our football pitches to meet the highest international standards. And so we will be seeing an upgrading of the stadia in Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, Tamale, and Esipong to make sure that they meet the highest international standards. My government will also implement an effective maintenance module for our sports facilities. We will continue the construction of astroturfs for every constituency to boost the development of our talents, including juvenile football. We have increased astroturfs from 3 that we inherited to over 150 in 2024.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here.
Will I still give amnesty to people convicted for Galamsey? And my answer is yes. Because those who are in prison for Galamsey are not the actual perpetrators of Galamsey. The big kingpins are not in prison. Those who are in prison are the small boys that they employ to work on their Galamsey concessions. And so they are victims of circumstances. And so if we are coming with a new fight against Galamsey, let's start by giving them amnesty. Let's bring them out, reform them, and do the things that will make them not go and do what they've done again. If it's somebody must be in prison, it's those district chief executives and ministers and others who are doing the Galamsey, not the people they are employing. Will I still give amnesty to people convicted for Galamsey? And my answer is yes. Because those who are in prison for Galamsey are not the actual perpetrators of Galamsey. The big kingpins are not in prison. Those who are in prison are the small boys that they employ to work on their Galamsey concessions. And so they are victims of circumstances. And so if we are coming with a new fight against Galamsey, let's start by giving them amnesty. Let's bring them out, reform them, and do the things that will make them not go and do what they've done again. If it's somebody must be in prison, it's those district chief executives and ministers and others who are doing the Galamsey, not the people they are employing. Will I still give amnesty to people convicted for Galamsey? And my answer is yes. Because those who are in prison for Galamsey are not the actual perpetrators of Galamsey. The big kingpins are not in prison. Those who are in prison are the small boys that they employ to work on their Galamsey concessions. And so they are victims of circumstances. And so if we are coming with a new fight against Galamsey, let's start by giving them amnesty. Let's bring them out, reform them, and do the things that will make them not go and do what they've done again.
If somebody must be in prison, it's those district chief executives and ministers and others who are doing the Galamsey, not the people they are employing.
Operation Hot, Galamsey, Abadaba, the soldiers for now. Two Mosusam, the training official, or when you are going as on mayors and community. To be outside our acquaintance and oppression in our power. So about Petrua, and yet Petruna soldiers need security services here.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Tuesday, the 24th day of September 2024. By His grace, we're live and we're here to another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly. Well, let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. Towards good parliamentary democracy, hybrid system won't work. Justice Doche asserts, and this is something that I've been speaking about for the last 20 years. And the jurist, the eminent jurist, has raised some very, very interesting issues with this. We'll look at that later on. APC will prioritize people's welfare. Ayariga, VRA senior staff petition speaker of a proposed merger. Make Africa arbitration hub for foreign cases. Attorney General. The Ghanaian Times. Agricultural productivity and food security PFJ 2.0 initiative makes giant strides as grains, livestock, poultry, egg production soar nationwide. Dr. Brian Champon. Reform laws on international arbitration. Dami urges African countries. We don't undermine contestants in elections. EC Chair. Please arrest 42 Democracy Hub protesters. Daily Guide, 43 NDC protesters grabbed. IGP, please giving thumbs up. 2024 presidential race, Bawumia picks top spot, Mahama 8th. Dami challenges African lawyers to be world class. I don't engage in Galamsey, Haji Amina. The New Crusading Guide, AG proposes reform on international arbitration in African countries. Miners for Bawumia campaign launched as Duka mobilizes small-scale miners for NPP. Please, professionalism, tolerance commendable, Alote Jacobs. Please arrest Oliver Bakavomao. We will not let you down, EC assures Ghanaians. Let's create equal opportunities for urban and rural children. Ochinyene, government must restructure agri sector to boost economic growth. BPP convener. The Insight. Founders Day. Socialist Movement Ghana salutes all Africans on 115th birthday celebration of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. KOD blast Bawumia over Ghana's economic collapse. 2024 presidential race. EC disqualifies PNC's Bernard Mona, 10 other aspirants. The world says Israel's unlawful occupation of Palestine must end. The Daily Statesman. Ahead of December polls, stop poisoning the atmosphere. Presby Church clerk cautions politicians. NAPO warns NDC against EC attacks. Bawumia's policies won't harm mining sector. Ochinyene advocates equal opportunities for all children. Please, lauded over Democracy Hub protesters handling. The New Republic. Please crack down on pro-environment protesters. Anti-Galamsey protest aborted. Key leader and 42 others arrested. No retreat, no surrender. NDC insists on forensic voters register amidst EC scrutiny. Danger looms ahead, Speaker warns. Drip probe reveals disaster. Natoshi caught in 2.8 billion cedis dole out to JA plants pool. The New Finder. Ghana needs $12 billion funding to achieve universal access to wash services by 2030. China-Ghana trade hit $6 billion in Q1 of 2024. Probe fraud cases within banking sector, Kumado. Daily Post. Election 2024. I am excited. We picked number 8, Mahama. Mahama pledges to end rising food prices, blames Akufo-Addo government for economic mismanagement. Mining firm AC Zenon accuses Krontihini of achieving a swarm of blackmail because money from firm to community will not be paid into his personal account. Economy Times. Banking sector fraud continues to surge, both in volumes and value. Bank of Ghana likely to slash policy rate. Government touted 6.9% Q2 economic growth. And that's about it. For the front pages, we'll be back shortly.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She's pleased. But now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains the new fleet-finding darts are more accurate than the old ones. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't automated your fleet management yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
In today's modern world, stairs are a challenge, especially for our elderly and those with health concerns. Navigating them can be difficult and even dangerous, but there's a safer way to move vertically. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, your answer to a more accessible and secure vertical transportation. Our elevators and escalators, including top-of-the-line pneumatic vacuum elevators, Fuji elevators and escalators, offer a safer and more convenient alternative, eliminating the risks of stairs and enhancing accessibility for homes, businesses, and hospitals. Choose safety and convenience with Lifts and Elevators Limited Company. Elevate your spaces today. For more information, visit our website at www.elevatorsgh.org or call now on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, the elevator people.
Now let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fair missy way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Kile Hossein. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
And you will see so feeling when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Choose the perfect prize every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Welcome to Rehoboth Palms, Ayimensa, where your future home is taking shape. Discover a community like no other, designed for families and individuals seeking comfort and connection. Enjoy a host of amenities, including a swimming pool, tennis courts, kids playground, and serene sitting areas, all designed for your enjoyment. Embrace the opportunity to be part of this vibrant community with flexible installment plans available. Your dream home is waiting at Rehoboth Palms, Ayimensa, where every moment is a promise of home and affordable luxury. Visit us today at 145 North Legon, Accra. Call us on +233 244 764 499 or +233 204 950 810. For our UK clients, you can reach us on +44 190 853 3149 or +44 791 737 6631 or visit www.rehobothpropertiesgh.com to learn more. A community like no other. Welcome to Rehoboth Ayimensa.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get up packing from your book. One lie. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Hey, Google radio. We are star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Oh.
Let's choose buy tickets for adults.
Love you, boo boo.
No, maybe straight to option 4.
Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
So good, miss.
Hey, never. Tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Ama, Nansemi General Wobin, Enkoye Crow. Ama Maya Boom, Sekuntumra, Akija.
Nansemi, who sent me no passing macra. Ama me pulling me into Quamqua. Oh, you right. And you will give us JC lecture and any capsules. I am boom and want some Namokana. A boy and ma and a mamma. Ne ma oba ye obesima. Na bema so aye bemasima. Ya, we be bua wuku. Ama ne giant sa wo de hye ne botum. Na wanyinya ne nim te sese ne oyi chopmo. Givers GC mixture, MN Castle, Achesa.
A painful a batter, one more menu for one and Quada when you fear to me.
This world, whatever does not get challenged does not change. Any state will continue to be that same state until it is challenged. Adam brought death and Jesus dissolved death. But death continues to behave as if it is king, and that will continue until some people challenge it. According to the scriptures, God himself has determined that there will come a time that he will raise a people that will dissolve death on this earth. We have power over DEATH.
Get ready for the New Creation Conference 2024 with Dr. David Bindan on the 14th and 15th of November 2024. Theme: Deathlessness. Venue: Accra International Conference Center, Accra, Ghana. Time: 5:30 p.m. each evening. New Creation Conference, helping you exhibit the divine life.
Dear Ghana, I write you this on the year you have to take the most important decision of your life. 2024. Deciding who should serve you, protect you, govern you, and provide for you for the next 4 years and beyond is no child's play. This is the most important decision of your life. Whatever action you take, make sure you know why. The same with speaking. Don't just run your mouth. Know why. There's a time to crack jokes and a time to be serious. The most advanced societies know why they are doing something most of the time. Not all friends can be trusted. In the end, it all comes down to you and your decisions. Who really are your friends? Who will make that difference when it comes to the decisions you make in life? Who really has your back? Choose wisely. Choose Election Central. Yours ever, Metro TV.
Just the register, but its IT system. We need to note this. A forensic audit of the register and its IT system. Because I want my vote protected. I know you want your vote protected. This forensic audit will seek to unravel the root cause, if it is one, or if more than one, the root causes of avoidable and sometimes deliberate errors that we have seen. And as I have said already, what we are seeking is related. There are two. Correcting errors on the register and also closing the vulnerabilities in the system. Very, very important. Otherwise, let's face it, if they just correct the errors, can't the very people who effected the deliberate errors overnight restore them? if you don't fix the gaps. So it's important. It's not just a matter of correcting the errors. And we know the EC is listening. So they must note that it's not just a matter of correcting the errors, but also fixing the vulnerabilities inherent in their both human and IT system, the technology and the human. Very, very important. So, and sometimes they will say that, oh, but the figures are not 2 million, 3 million. They ought to be reminded that in Ghana, it is 50% plus one. Few thousands took us to time in 2008, if you recall. So, and what did we do? We had the 2023 register given to us by the EC. And the 2023 register is a combination of the register for 2020 and the limited registration in 2023. So we use the 2023 register for the district level elections, the district assembly elections. So what we did was we used SQL to query the database. So the software used SQL, then you query the database to check if a voter is present in the current register or not. If any voter has his or her polling station changed, that is the transfers, and are the transfers legal? If they are legal, of course, you expect that they should be in the absent list of that polling station. They should be in the transfer list of the other polling station that he or she would have transferred to. But you may even have those ones showing, but if you go beyond the quantitative and dig into the qualitative, for all you know, they may not have transferred. And this is why we say our methodology cannot unearth everything, every disease that is afflicting this register. To check the categories of transfers that have occurred over indicate that you were once in a particular polling station, so your name must be on the absent list of that polling station that you have transferred from. And then the polling station that you've transferred into, your name must be on their transfer list. These people, they don't satisfy that. Where are they coming from? Could it be the stolen BVR kits, theft taking place at the corporate office of the Electoral Commission, the headquarters of the EC, under CCTV surveillance 24/7, military and police protection? Over 3,000, almost 4,000 names that were in the 2023 register completely deleted from the 2024 provisional register. Completely deleted. 2,094 transferred voters, you can't find them in the absent voters list. So they transferred, but their names are not in the absent voters list. Okay, so if the person transfers and the person's name is not in the absent voters list, if the person shows up with the ID card,
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana Live on Metro TV. And get 10% of food, drinks, beauty and cosmetics, home essentials, electrical appliances, mobile phone and accessories, clothing, footwear, made in Ghana goods and so much more at the Momo Cashless Market. You heard right. From the 2nd to the 6th of October at the God Park,
Tetekwashi interchange. There will be over 100 merchants in one place with amazing discounts for all Momo customers. Fun activities include artist performances, DJs on rotation, board and TV games, kids zone and giveaways. Join the fun at the Guard Park, Tetekwashi interchange from the 2nd to the 6th of October 2024. Each day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and just Momo everywhere you go. And the recommended family toothpaste that will take care of your entire family and save you some money is Kel 360 toothpaste. It's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. It provides you and your family with all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. Kel 360 toothpaste is good for kids, children, and adults. Let your family be a proud family when they step out by constantly using Kel 360 toothpaste. It brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and with its cool mints gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. For consistency and quality, use Kel 360 toothpaste. It's another product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasu. It's available in all supermarkets, malls, and provision shops. Call Samara Company on 0246 864 798. Kel 360 toothpaste. Happy smile. All right, okay. So with me on the show this morning, I have the Member of Parliament for the Tamale North constituency. He's also the ranking member on the Lands and Natural Resources Committee in Parliament, Malaji Alhassan Suhini. Malaji, good morning.
Good morning.
Right. We're also expecting the legal practitioner, Kingsley Amwakwa Pwedu, to join us here on the show. Okay. So, yesterday, your party engaged CSOs and others, media managers, media personalities, people in academia, and all that, on your demand for a forensic audit. We were just showing you excerpts of what actually transpired. And last night, I think around 9 p.m., we actually showed the entire session here on Metro TV. What was the feedback from yesterday's program?
Well, Randy, let me say good morning to you, Doc, and good morning to our viewers, especially the very good people of the Tamale North constituency. We have about 70 days plus to the general elections, and it is our hope that the energy that we see across the country, where people are owning the campaign and engaging in activities that will help galvanize the needed support to rescue this country, will continue. And I want to personally thank the teams that are self-motivated to engage in door-to-door activities across the country. I mean, it's hard for you to go through our communities these days without meeting one team or the other, engaging in the efforts of galvanizing people and putting the message of the NDC across to get the needed results in the December elections. It's communal labor, like we all know, and it is important that we recognize the efforts of everybody out there. Doc, I think that all of the things that we see will amount to very little if we do not ensure that we get a credible register that will guarantee a free and fair elections. And on this note, I want to thank the party leadership, the NDC party leadership, and congratulate them, especially the election director and his men, for the diligence that they have shown as far as the monitoring of the process leading up to the actual casting of the ballots is concerned. You see, elections are not rigged on election day. There are a number of processes before the election day, and when you take your eyes off those processes leading to the election day, you will have yourself to blame when the processes are skewed to give a certain outcome, no matter what happens on the election day. And that is why it is important that we commend the election director, Dr. Omani Boama, and his team for their tireless, efforts at ensuring that the processes, every step of the way, are such that no compromises, are made, because that is what will guarantee a fair outcome. And I think that the mobilization that led to a never seen before demonstration across the country on the same day deserves some commendation. I think that many people poured out, and we want to express our sincere gratitude for the show of support. And it is not just about the NDC. It's about our democracy. It's about how we can bring about confidence in the democratic process. And it is also to ensure that at the end of the election, we still have a country that is peaceful and that is united. So some of these things, when they are highlighted, they are not highlighted just for the sake of it and not also for fun. And it's not just for the NDC to win an election, but it's for the NDC, as we wish it to be, to win an election. But more importantly, it's for the country to be peaceful after the general elections. And that is why I think that many Ghanaians from all walks of life responded to the call of the party and joined the demonstrations across the country to register our desire to have the Electoral Commission open the register up for a forensic audit. The subsequent engagement with the civil society organizations and the media is another step towards putting pressure on the Electoral Commission to do what is right in the interest of peace and in the interest of, all of us having a fair election, an election that we can be confident. We can be confident about its outcome. And I want to commend them once again for yesterday's engagement. And the issues are straightforward. If you listen to the presentation that was done yesterday, brilliantly done by Dr. Omani-Boama yesterday, you'll be left with, no other question other than what has the Electoral Commission got to lose if they allow this audit to happen? If they have nothing to hide, why will they not want to, for example, even prove the NDC and Dr. Omani-Boama and the election directorate wrong? If they have nothing to hide. I mean, it is in their own interest to allow for this audit to be done so that they can prove that the claims that the NDC have been peddling are false. Is that not the case? It is in their interest. It is not enough for Madam Jane Mensah to tell us that she will not disappoint the people of Ghana. It's not enough. Because we have seen her disappoint us before. As we speak, who knows exactly the actual results of the 2020 general elections? Who knows the actual results? Because depending on where you read or where you look, you have different figures. Because she signed different figures to be declared. She herself declared different figures. So it is not enough for her to just tell us that, oh, I will not disappoint you people. It is more important, and it's like the Americans say, in God we trust, all others we verify. So even if we have confidence in her, which we don't, it is important that she allows us to verify their claims that they do not intend to compromise the integrity of this year's elections. And so, after listening to the presentations where the claim is made that over 4,000 names have been deleted from the register as it is currently composed without any explanation, where it is again established that over 240,000 names have been transferred without the notice of the people who have been transferred, and all the other issues that have been established, what will it hurt, or how will it hurt the EC if they allow for a forensic audit to prove these claims wrong? Wouldn't it be in the interest of the EC to rather prove the NDC wrong? And once they do that, the confidence that they want us to have in them will be rightly placed. But until that is done, we cannot just believe their assurances without any proof that indeed the register has not been compromised. And so I think that what is left for the Electoral Commission to do is to take advantage of these calls. And I have listened to many people from all walks of life, professionals who are not necessarily partisan, who have all expressed, concerns about these claims that have been made. And some of them actually admitted to by the Electoral Commission. Some of the claims have actually been admitted to by the Electoral Commission that indeed they are ills that they themselves have found out and claim that they are trying to resolve it. So why don't you resolve it in the open so that we all are part of the processes of resolving the problems that you have admitted to? And that way, our confidence will be boosted in you and in the process, which will ensure that the outcome of the election will be accepted by all. And that will, again, guarantee the peace that we expect to have after the general elections. So I think that so far, the NDC has brilliantly, made its case, some of which the Electoral Commission have accepted are genuine. What is left for them is to accept the call to have this forensic audit done so that we can all assure ourselves that we are walking into this election with a credible register that will guarantee, a fair outcome, which will help all of us accept the results, that will, in the end, I am very confident, be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama being declared as the President of the Republic of Ghana once again.
Right. Talking about this issue about the register and all that, that led your party to organize a demonstration.
Yeah.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yes. Okay.
About a week ago. A week ago.
A week ago.
A week ago.
Okay. So I thought that demonstration was quite peaceful. It went on so well. But I've seen something on the front page of a daily guide, and I want you to clarify that for me, because when that thing happened, please give me the front page of a daily guide.
You have it there?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, it says that 43 NDC protesters grabbed. IGP, please give him thumbs up. And I was a bit surprised because when that demonstration happened, so that's the front page, today's front page of a daily guide.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Randy,
when you had the enough is enough demo, 43 people were arrested?
Randy, the paper is Daily Guide. It used to be called Daily Lies.
No, it's always been. It was the guide.
Affectionately called
the guide
Daily
to
Lies.
the Daily Guide.
Affectionately, it used to be affectionately called Daily Lies.
I don't know about that. I know about Daily Guide.
Yeah,
yes.
well, maybe you didn't put your ears on the ground that much, but I mean, on the streets, it got to a point many people used to refer to it as Daily Lies.
What's the issue?
The issue is that the NDC's demonstration that took place last week did not record any incidents that warranted the arrest of anybody. And so, therefore, nobody was arrested after the never-seen-before demonstration. I made reference to that earlier in my submission. And it is all because of the disciplined approach that the NDC has used to draw attention to the need for us to have a credible register before the general elections. We organize the demonstration in all the regional capitals of Ghana. In fact, it was so successful that I know that there have been demands from our base to stage the demonstrations at the district levels to ensure that, we put pressure on the Electoral Commission offices at the district level. And I am quite confident that the leadership of the party will be considering that if after yesterday's engagement with civil society organizations and the media, the Electoral Commission still remains adamant. Because we are going to use every possible legal means to ensure that the processes leading up to the general elections on December 7 are not compromised. We are not going to compromise on that. But I do know where the story is coming from.
This.
Randy. I know where this one is coming from, but I don't even want to give it oxygen.
This is page 3 of the Daily Guide.
Yes.
And the story is filed by Ernest Kofi Edu. And it reads, Mause Oliver Bakavomao, a key leader of the Democracy Hub protest, has been taken into custody. His arrest made yesterday. So it says a key leader of the Democracy Hub protest has been taken into custody. This is the first paragraph of the story.
A key leader of Democracy Hub.
Of the Democracy Hub protest has been taken into custody.
Yeah.
His arrest made yesterday follows allegations of unlawful acts during the group's demonstrations on September 21 to 22, 2024 at the 37 intersection in Accra. Prior to his arrest, the police had issued a statement declaring Bakavomao wanted. However, he responded through Facebook denying he was in hiding and dismissing the allegations as baseless and misleading. Now guess what? His arrest brings to 43 the number of opposition National Democratic Congress supporters arrested by the police for engaging in unlawful acts during the protest. And this is the paragraph, this is the only paragraph in the entire story that speaks about NDC supporters. So it starts by saying a key leader of Democracy Hub protest, and it says that during the group's Democracy Hub's demonstrations, then it follows up to say his arrest brings to 43 the number of NDC supporters.
So Randy, you see, that's why I started by referring to it as daily lies. I have said on many platforms before that one of the tools that the MPP have mastered and they use through their media outlets, especially the Daily Guide, is to ridicule very good initiatives, to discredit them. So I call it ridicule to discredit. And they have mastered that art. And sometimes I wonder who makes them, especially now, to believe that, you know, ridiculing people and tagging them NDC necessarily, you know, dissuade them from pursuing whatever agenda that they believe in. The fact that you call them NDC, that does not in any way affect their belief systems and their programs and their agenda. It's not going to also, you know, deny them of the support that they otherwise would have garnered. But you see, they have in the past used it so effectively that they think that maybe describing Democracy Hub protest as an NDC group will take away the impact that they seem to be making. Clearly, these are a group of young men who believe that certain things in this country need to be rectified. And in fact, many of the issues they are raising are issues that many of us associate with. The common Ghanaian associates with some of the issues that they are raising with.
I've just seen a post by Franklin Kujo of Imani on this particular front page. I probably will put it up on the screen for the benefit of our viewers as well.
Yeah. So Randy, I mean, the fact that you refer to them as NDC young men and women will not take the steam away from, you know, the programs or the protests that they have been organizing. The issues that they are raising are issues that every well-meaning Ghanaian should be concerned about. You can disagree with their tactics. You can disagree with their methods. Their modus operandi may be something you don't want to associate with. But you cannot tell me that you are not worried about the Galamsey situation, for example. The Galamsey situation, which has become an existential threat. Our very survival is being threatened by the rampant illegal mining across the country, the pollution of our water bodies, and the destruction of our forest reserve. the compromisation of our ecological systems. You cannot be insulated from the devastation that is taking place. And so if you have young men and women come together to register their protest about how government is handling it, you can, like I said, disagree with their method or their modus operandi, but you'll be foolhardy to say you don't care about these issues that they are raising. The issue of corruption, that has become a special government initiative under this administration, is something that you cannot ignore. The fact that even international agencies have rated this government's corruption as the worst we have ever seen in the Fourth Republic is something that you should be concerned about. And so, whether you tag them NDC or not, the issues that they are raising remain very relevant to everybody. And again, today I may be commending a lot of people, but I think I want to commend the group for their diligence, for their, determination and their commitment.
So this is frankly Kujo's post that was made just an hour ago on the front page. Okay, so you can read what you wrote yourself.
Yeah. So, like I said, I may be.
If you don't understand the second word,
quite worried
look for somebody who.
I may be quite worried about.
Who understands effort to explain
some of the protest. I may be quite worried about some of the methods that they use, but it doesn't take away the relevance of the issues that they are raising, and the attempt to associate them with NDC in no way takes away from the issues that they are raising. But the fact, however, is that it was not organized by the National Democratic Congress, and the National Democratic Congress had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with it. But if its supporters, some of its supporters, found it necessary, and if I had the time, would have also even joined them, because the issues that they are raising are quite relevant. I may not engage in some of the excesses that we have seen, but I support that demonstration, and every well-meaning Ghanaian must support, the protest that is seeking to hold government accountable to do the things that they need to be done to save us from the effects of illegal mining, and also minimize the corruption that we see all around us. If some members of the NDC found it necessary to join them, so be it. And if other political parties, and I am hoping that other political parties will be alive enough they'll have a conscience alive enough to support a protest of that nature. But the fact remains that it was organized by Democracy Hub, as the reporter himself has indicated. And I do know that the Democracy Hub, led by Oliver and others, notified the police about 3 months, I'm told, before the demonstration took place last weekend. And after 3 months, the police only waited. And I was listening to the interview yesterday. The police waited until a day before the elections to go to court.
You mean a demonstration?
Yes, I mean the demonstration. To go to court to seek an injunction against the demonstrators. I mean, that clearly is an exhibition of bad faith. And so the demonstrators were also within their right to engage in some of the things that they engage in, just so that they could highlight the bad faith demonstrated by the police as far as this organization of the demonstration was concerned. So I think that clearly the Daily Guide, as usual, very usual, repeatedly they do that, have gotten it wrong. Their attempt to associate the NDC with this demonstration will not wash. I will be proud indeed, even if the NDC was associated with it, because it is not a bad thing. The young men and women were not engaged in any, theft or any crime. They simply were demonstrating their constitutional rights. They were exhibiting their constitutional rights, and they wanted the better for all of us. They wanted a government to do better. And so if the NDC is associated with it, there will be nothing wrong with it. But the fact is that the NDC is not associated with it. And the young men and women who were arrested are members of the Democracy Hub. And I do not know Oliver's political affiliation. I will be happy and actually proud if he registers to join the NDC, because clearly some of the things that he is, demanding and expecting of government are the things that the NDC is hoping to win power to do. For example, I've heard him repeatedly call for, a constitutional review. It is actually one of the promises of the NDC to conclude the constitutional review process that was started under Professor Mills and got frustrated under President Mahama, because after the implementation committee was put in place, a member of the NPP went to court and placed some frustrations in the way of President Mahama's government, and so it could not move forward. And that is why it is in our manifesto this time around that when we win, inshallah, it's going to be one of the things that will be prioritized, a constitutional review. And I've heard Oliver speak of those things. So clearly some of the things that he's advocating for are things that the NDC is also advocating for. For example, the concerns that he has raised, he and his group have raised against Galamsey are concerns that we in the minority have also raised, and there are concerns that the NDC have raised. And in our manifesto, we have made promises and pledges to deal with that, with the situation of Galamsey. Again, we are concerned about the corruption. His Excellency President Mahama have repeatedly talked about how he is committed to dealing with corruption of not just his predecessors, but also his own appointees. And that, when done, will ensure that corruption is brought to the barest minimum, if not eradicated. I mean, it's difficult to eradicate corruption, but once you put the measures in place, you are able to deal with it as and when they come up in such a way that it discourages others from trying to engage in it. So if based on the alliance of views, Oliver and his colleagues decide to associate with the NDC, I'll be very proud, I'll be excited, and I think they have basis to do so. But as we speak now, we do not know which party they affiliate with. But yes, the issues that they are raising remain germane. The issues that they are raising are relevant, and any well-meaning Ghanaian should be supportive of their protest. You can.
But will you say that I've been told that there was an incident where Oliver picked up the key. The key of the police vehicle, and then either he took it away or threw it somewhere or something. Yeah. That was irresponsible. Doc, that's why I said repeatedly, I've said that, look, you can disagree with their modus operandi. You can disagree with some of the excesses. But you cannot, dismiss the concerns that they are raising. Their concerns are relevant. Their concerns are genuine. They should also know that acts like this can take away from the objects of the demonstration, the success of the demonstration, and all that. Look, I absolutely acts like this unnecessary drama. I absolutely agree with you, and that's why I said that even if I had the time, I would have joined the demonstration, but maybe I would not have been associated with some of the excesses. But I think that those issues are relevant, and the issues they are raising are germane, and they deserve our support, the support of all well-meaning Ghanaians. But they need to also check some of those excesses. And I'm saying that, for example, it was also unfair on the part of the police to have waited 3 months, after they were notified of this demonstration, to go to court a day before the demonstration to try to seek an injunction against the demonstration. That kind of bad faith, also sometimes will push the other party to engage in acts that may seem unlawful. But it is as a result of the bad faith that the police may have also shown in the first place. So I do not
sanction or support the
I
excesses
say that,
and some of the reckless.
The vehicle that was carrying their water for
Yes.
the protesters and others was
Yes.
blocked by the police.
Yes.
And they tried to use the
if
police
you watch it,
vehicle.
look, if you watch it carefully, you will see that you will notice that the truck was a tow
truck. Yes.
And according to the reports I have heard, the truck came. This police truck came to tow their vehicle that was carrying
their water
and
for the
food
protesters.
For the protesters. Okay. And in order to demobilize the truck,
he took the key out.
You know, no matter how reasonable it is still, you know, what do you call it? A public officer. How do they say that? That's when you prevent a public officer.
This is wrongful conduct.
Yes. I agree. Absolutely, I agree that it was needless.
Things like this,
it was needless. I think that it takes away the essence of the demonstration, and the essence of the demonstration, like I keep saying, is something that all well-meaning Ghanaians must be supportive of. And so I understand about 43 of them were arrested and they are supposed to appear in court today. I also do not think that it was fair on the part of the police to have denied the lawyers who were representing these people the opportunity to know where they were detained. I have listened to interviews where the lawyers have complained that the people who were arrested were scattered across the capital, and it was difficult for them to know where the suspects were.
So a member of their legal team,
kept.
the Democracy of Legal Team, Prince Ganaku, he is accused the Ghana Police Service of unlawfully arresting over 46 of them, and he further claimed that the police refused to provide a full list of the arrested individuals, leaving members of the group to search the streets of Accra for the missing demonstrators. He also alleged that detainees are being held in different cells across the country, and they were denied legal representation. They'll be arraigned in court today. Quote, in our attempt to get them bail, we engaged with the police and they declined to give us the list of people who have been arrested. We were told, and to quote the police, to go and roam, quote, to go and roam the streets of Accra, and if we find them, fine. If we don't find them, fine.
That was also reckless.
We heard that there was an order from above that they should not allow those that they had arrested to get access to legal representation. So they've taken them to different locations. And the information we are getting is that they will detain them and arraign them for court tomorrow. All these are deliberate measures taken to punish the people. We only know what the police told us. We know where certain people are, but we do not have a firm number as to the total number of people arrested.
You see, Randy, we need to understand that two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, the fact that the demonstrators, some of them may have engaged in excesses, does not mean that the police should also engage in some of this very archaic and colonial ways of dealing with suspects. The lawyers had the right to know how many were arrested and where they were kept, so that at least if they needed to even engage with them before court today, that is if they were to be detained, they could do so. If they were to post bail for them, they could do so. I do not think that the police should also be engaging in acts like it has been reported. I think that it's unacceptable. Just as we want the demonstrators to behave in a civil manner and a responsible manner, we expect the police to also be very responsible in the way they go about their duties. I, however, want to reiterate the point that I made earlier, that the NDC, the National Democratic Congress, had absolutely nothing to do with this Democracy Hub demonstration. And the Daily Guide report is one of their many lies that they tell in an attempt to always put the NDC in bad light. It is not as if to say that the demonstration was a bad thing. It was not a bad thing at all. But the truth, however, is that the NDC was not associated with it.
Right. Okay. So Kingsley Amakwa Bodu is joining us here. Council. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Quite uncharacteristic of you.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's even the reason why today I feel very bad about it, because it was no intention of mine.
Right.
Let me say a bit about my personal matter. So I took a different car to the bar conference, right, and parked my car there.
Okay.
And when I came, I've used that car for another week. So my car's been used for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then I gave the car back, went to my car this morning, battery's dead. I have paid money to buy a new battery, all that is not arriving on time. I have to be here, and I jump in Uber.
Sorry about that.
And I'm here.
Sorry
So I
about
apologize to your viewers.
Yeah. At least you're here.
And to everyone.
Okay.
And it's not
That's
characteristic
fine.
of me.
That's fine.
To be late. And I apologize.
You've not missed much.
Well, I have missed some.
Yes.
I was listening to my brother.
Yeah.
Good morning, my brother. How are you? You still owe me the...
I know.
Okay.
He owes me chinchinga. Anyway, so it was an own goal. It was an empty football goal post, and he kept on putting the balls in. But anyway,
let's see how well you can keep the post now.
I'm not keeping the post. I'm not keeping the post.
Right.
We are here for Ghana.
So we're actually on the in fact, it was this. I saw this headline. So I asked him because I knew that they did it's enough demo, and I didn't hear of any arrest. So seeing this, I was quite. So I asked him about it.
Right.
Yes, and that then also led us to the discussions on the discussions on the Democracy Hub demo.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. This is what I have to say. I've also seen some videos, and I think when I was entering, you were talking about some acts which are unlawful.
Yeah, we were showing.
Yeah,
we're showing those videos.
Yes, and I am really disappointed that those acts took place. And my brother's party did their demonstration, as you said. There was no arrest, and we all commend the police for a professional job done. For this one, which comes just after theirs, I think the timing creates the impression you're trying to run away from. That it's part of your planned demonstration, except that you are hiding behind the face of all, so to say, non-aligned politically.
Why would they do that? For a party that has organized a nationwide demonstration in all 16 regions
is all part
by themselves.
Is all part.
Why would they want to?
It's all part of the plan, because even when they want to engage, now they call in the CSOs and whatnot. I'm not saying doing that is bad, but it's a matter of getting the buy-in of, so to say, the general public to give the cloak as if even everyone is talking about it. So if you're saying it's not, that's your words. But I saw when one of the conveners was carrying the elephant, a symbol of the elephant, they're going to bend it, and some party paraphernalia. I thought that makes it partisan political. You see, I think the reasons for which he organized that, to me, I think they are germane. Galamsey is existential now. Okay, so steps have to be taken. Yes, it's not a knee-jerk reaction, it has to be thought through and whatnot, but at least we want to see 1 or 2 steps taken now. We are coming out with it. If they want to hurry up so that we come out with that, so be it, fine. He talks about other issues that affects all of us, all right? But when he does it the way he did it, then he creates a impression that, oh, it's
who are you referring to?
A convener.
Okay, Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then they conveys that. And then again, first day, police have been restraining themselves, whatnot. They are literally being provoked. You can see it. So they're literally being provoked. Then second day, they go, look at that, removing the barricades and blocking that road in front of 37. You saw that private individual who was so mad, got out of his car and came questioning the other guy who was arrested. I don't know his name. He has some twigs. He's the one who went to remove the pictures of the billboards around where the cathedral is supposed to be, and kept on stamping on the face of the vice president. He's the same person, you see. And why would they block that road? People are trying to get into the hospital. Several things happen in the hospital. It's either be food or medicals or people being rushed to the hospital, and he blocked everything. You are trying to prevent an illegality. And using an illegal means to prevent an illegality. It takes away from whatever good intentions you had. Then in the end, you go and see the police, you go and take the key from the ignition, and then you run away, and when they chase you, you throw it away. And on that score, on that little score, I don't think the police acted timeously, or they didn't show that they wanted to stop him. Because you could tell that, so when he started running away, most of the police didn't know that that's what he had done. Then someone shouted, "Arrest him, arrest him." And he's walking through the police, and they say, "Come and arrest me, let's see," or words to that effect. And he goes through. Then one is telling the other person, "Go and arrest him." I'm thinking about you to arrest him. Why are you telling someone to? So he had clouds around that place until he went. So he realized, because he's a lawyer, isn't he? So he realized that, no, what is that? This is an illegality. And now he's declared wanted, and now he gives himself in. That's that whole, Che Guevara clouds that they've given him. Aluta Continua, you remember in the 80s when Che Guevara, we all had his pictures and his beret and all. You've given him that profile because the guy is just walking out in front of you. And if you want to arrest him, because what he did, yes. Now, the issue of lawyers coming in to defend him. I mean, I've defended all kinds of people who have been accused and charged, because you are not guilty until proven so in a court of competent jurisdiction, you see. So lawyers must do their job, yes. They must go in and look at the law, whatever. At times, they don't even, they may not be charged with appropriate charge. The person will go scot-free, because that's our job. We look at whether all the elements of the charge is there, whether there's a piece of evidence and all that. So yes, they must do their job. But you can't also tell the police that you must put all the arrested persons in one place. That's not allowed.
But if the police is affected, first of all, it's a lawful demonstration. They complied with due process.
Yes.
So the police was fully aware. That's how come the police was there.
Yes.
And then the police is affected. So the police went there as a central unit, one unit.
Yes.
And then they effected arrest of a number of persons.
Yes.
The police has been dealing with the leadership of the demonstrators. They know them. They have their contacts, their details.
Yes.
The police has affected the arrest of a certain number of people.
Yes.
Obviously, the police must be able to account for these people. So if the leadership of the protesters come to the police and they demand to know, or they request for the details, list of those who have been arrested and where they have been detained, this should be information that the police must give out.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Article 14 says that.
Yes.
Now, Article 14 says the persons have a right to such and such and such.
Yes.
One, you tell them the reason for the arrest in a language they understand. They have a right to call their lawyer and all that. So the right is to the person,
Yes.
not to the group.
Yes.
So
No, I'm just saying, I just brought in a group because the event was organized by the group. The group had a leadership that met with the police. If anything goes wrong, the police has been communicating with the leadership of the group, not individuals. So yes, individuals have been arrested. They'll be dealt with as individuals.
Exactly.
But obviously, there is a group which has a leadership, which has been engaging with the police. The police invites them to meetings. They know them.
Yes.
Yes, they know them, and they know that these people represent this group. So that even if something were to go wrong and they are unable to identify individuals, they would easily go for the leaders of the demonstration. So my point is that
they will probably engage the leaders, but
Yes.
you cannot arrest the leaders.
Yes, so my point is that if these leaders who are known to you, who were those who organized the demonstration and are therefore responsible for a lot of things with respect to the demonstration, they come and they say that, well, we are aware that you've arrested some of our people. Can you give us the details of these people, who the person is, where they are being held, Is this too much to ask?
No, it's not too much to ask. What was the police response when the police gave?
They claim. They claim.
No, the police came out
Yes.
with a statement.
Yes.
What was embodied in that statement? That's official.
Well, that they've arrested some people and they were still looking for some others for engaging in some illegal acts. Yes.
So I think that is a formal response from the police.
Yes.
The organizers are claiming that is what happened. I'll look at both statements and decide. But as I said, the person who has been arrested has constitutional rights. Those rights cannot be infringed upon. Now, the Constitution says that they have 48 hours to keep them and do the investigation. And after that, either release them or go to court for the court to now give an order for them to be remanded. From the time they were arrested till when they were going to court, I don't think they've breached that, because I understand they go to court today.
Yes.
That they will go there without legal representation is another issue, because the persons must be given access to their lawyers of their own choice.
But obviously, in court today, the lawyers will be there. Obviously.
Yes. So
but proud to they
yeah, but that would be administrative, isn't it? Because
no, you are the lawyer. You go to visit clients and all that.
Yeah.
What's the procedure? Assuming that your client.
Yeah, but you are coming to me as a police officer.
No, I'm
right?
saying assuming
wait.
Yes.
You're coming to me as a police officer, right? And asking me that I understand my people have been arrested. I should be able to tell you what his name is to begin with.
And where he's being held.
No, where he's been, I don't know, but I understand he's been brought to your police station. You are the police commander. I should be able to tell you that this person and that person is with you. All right. If that does not happen, then the person's response will be, I don't know about that.
So are you suggesting that there's a demonstration? The police is aware of the demonstration. Yes. The police deploys a team to ensure that everything goes well.
Yes.
In the course of a demonstration, some things don't go well. The police effects arrests.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the leadership of the group that has been engaging with the police all this while goes to the police to say that we are aware that you have arrested a number of our people. Would you be kind enough to furnish us with the details? So who the person is and where they are being held. What's the big deal about that?
I'm not saying there's a big deal. It makes it easier when I'm going to the police station to say that this person, this is the name, has been arrested by you. He's my client. I'm his lawyer.
Yes.
That's how you commence it.
Yes.
But if I'm going to say general, I'll go to several places and we understand how people have been brought here. It makes it administratively not smooth. That's all I'm saying. Now, I think, and again, I'm going to say this, I think on a show like this, have you engaged the police high command for them to explain some of these things? Because otherwise, then I cannot be speaking on their behalf, but just hazarding some guesses as to this and that, which may not be the accurate picture.
Sure.
You see.
Right.
But from what I know, as I said, the person who has been arrested must be offered this and this and that. You see. I know that it's a police tactic to break the front by separating people. We call them the prisoners dilemma, isn't it? And all that. So I know it may be a prisoner's tactic to break the front, because did you see the person who was, I think he was taking his mother, rushing his mother to the hospital or something about his mother in 37, and he got angry and came out to say that, why are they not spreading this demonstration to the other regions, but now blocking this road? So the person was even for the demonstration. They felt it must go to the regions. But this thing they are doing, does it make sense? He kept asking, does it make sense? Does it make sense? The person who has twigs engaged in a bit of a banter, and then he moved away when Oliver came to tell him to calm down, and then he walked away. He rushed away from that scene. That person, what he said, is so bad. Animals are dying, so if your mother dies, what about it? I have to listen to it again to see whether that's actually what he said. But it is just the heat of the moment. You have the sense of invincibility, and I have to push you to do what I'm saying, what I have to do. The police has to calm them down, all right? I am saying that for most of these people that have been arrested, they will probably just be released or something, you see. But they have to come this hyper sense of, you know, we are demonstrating down. So if in separating them will achieve that, I don't blame the police. The person must be offered these rights. If there's a breach of that, then of course, then the police have not done well. Yeah. And as I'm saying, the fact that they allowed Oliver to take the key and walk away in front of them, this one says, arrest him. The police do the arrest. Why are you not saying someone? I see the person was running away, and then you go and stand by one and say, and the guy is just a few feet away from you. Arrest him. No. If you wanted to arrest him, you would have arrested him.
Right.
But Randy, I think that to some extent, I think that it was not a bad strategy for the police not to instantly arrest Oliver.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think it was
Oliver. Well, maybe the arrest, yes.
You know, Oliver, based on his conduct, he should have been arrested at that point, like you rightly said. But you know, it was quite dramatic to see the police, you know, push each other to do the arrest. But I also think that arresting him there could have, you know, escalated the situation, because he is the main convener, and having him being picked up in the presence of some of his supporters, you never know how they would have responded to that arrest. So I am not very quick to condemn the police for not immediately arresting him, even though I criticize and condemn the act that he engaged in, and not the demonstration.
So it could have been tactical.
It could have been tactical. I continue to insist that the demonstration was a good one. Those who participated actually deserve commendation for participating, but we need to take away the excesses that, you know, have the potential to take away the beauty of such a very good demonstration on good causes, because the causes that they are demonstrating on are relevant to all of us. And so I commend those who took part, but I just will urge that subsequent demonstrations, we should resist the temptation to engage in some of these excesses. And when it comes to what the police have also done by way of putting the suspects in different cells and not giving the information to the lawyers, I am worried about that, especially because of a documentary I watched some time ago about Locked Up and Forgotten. I think that was the title of the documentary, where you have, you know, suspects that are in prison and forgotten of. People just, they put them in cells and they don't have lawyers coming for them, and you know, they never really get any representation, and they are moved from cell to cell, and in some cases they even forget why they picked them up in the first place. And you have had people being picked up during some of this what do you call it, mass arrest. Maybe they go to Circle after an event and they arrest people. Somebody may have just been passing by and the person gets arrested. And so if you do not, as an institution, present the names of the people you have arrested to the lawyers and identify them and indicate the cells that they are in the end, don't be surprised that some of them may not be brought to court today and they'll be forgotten. And that is why I think that it has happened before. It has happened before. That is why I'm saying that it is irresponsible on the part of the police not to have presented the list of the arrests they have made to the lawyers, so that the lawyers will be able to tell if these people are really part of their demonstration or not. And that is how they are even able to make their case in court, so that you know if you arrested some bypassers, people who are just walking by, and then you let them go without any need for a lawyer to bail them or something. But if you don't let them know, you may have just arrested innocent people who are not even part of the demonstration, and because the organizers don't know about them, they will not ask for them. And that is why I think that the police must do everything possible to identify all the people who are arrested and make sure that they are brought to court.
I think this particular one is far-fetched in the sense that the issue about those who were kept in the cells has nothing to do with those who are arrested when there's a demonstration. So you cannot say that during a demonstration people have been arrested and they've been focusing about in the cells. There's no evidence about that. Those who were kept there was an ongoing process that the Supreme Court, the leadership, the Chief Justice, the Chief Justice George Wood, engaged in constituting freedom for. So what's the name again? They went to the
Justice for
All program, and then it's still ongoing. You see, and then they discovered some of these lapses where probably the prosecutor, who is the one to go to the police, the prison, to go and bring them, maybe is seconded and he didn't do notes properly for someone to take to note or something like that. But when you have people who are self-aware of their rights enough to come to the streets, how can the person not have a lawyer? That's the point we should note. So, and then it's also dangerous for. Wait.
So you do not think that somebody would have been passing by and got caught?
Let me that. And then it is dangerous for a lawyer to appear in court acting for someone, so to say, when he has no instructions from the person. You can be disbarred for that. You see.
Are you suggesting that because from my reading, it appears that this Democracy Hub,
yes,
they also have a team of lawyers,
yes,
who are responsible for all the law-related issues,
yes,
with respect to their operations.
Exactly.
And it is this group of lawyers who went to the police.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that because it's a crime, a criminal or potentially a criminal matter, the individual is the one that will be charged.
Yes.
The hub.
Yes.
So that individual must have a lawyer of his choice. So as far as coming to court is not at the police house level, because he was saying that it comes to court, they realize this and that. So as far as coming to court is, it will be very dangerous for a lawyer to appear as having represented someone when there's no instruction from the person.
So you see, you're just making my case.
So the person who's going to instruct,
you're just making my
the
case
person
better.
who must instruct the lawyer
has no opportunity to even meet them.
No. The person, before the person is being brought to court, the person must be. In fact, the judge will ask, "Do you have a lawyer?" You see, so it will not be lost out. The person's chance to a legal service will not be lost out when it comes to at the court setting. It will not be lost out.
Should not.
It will not, because he will ask you, "Do you have a lawyer?" The judge, no judge will start even taking a plea when you don't have a lawyer. And as you said, the lawyers are there; they will be in court. So I'm saying that when the person is arrested, as soon as practicable, you must offer the person these three things. Article 14, clause 2 and 3. You must tell him the reason of his arrest. You must tell him that in a language he understands. You must give him his right to lawyer of his choice. In fact, when you are taking his statement, he can refuse to give statement without the presence of his lawyer. You cannot compel him. Do you see? And then also there's a third person who has to sign to say that he did so without any compulsion and whatnot. And so it's too early for us to make conjectures as to this could be and this could be and what if and all that. I'm saying that the police must offer them the constitutional right. Probably they said they're going to court today, isn't it? So if it gets to court, then we'll see what happens. Now, as I'm saying, majority of them, I don't see it going any further than, but I'm not the police and I'm also not the judge or the lawyer. I don't see it going further than don't do this again and maybe a question or things like that. All right. As for Oliver, he's a lawyer called to the Ghana bar. I think he's also doing his PhD in law. Come on. You shouldn't be doing certain things. He should not be doing certain things. Where you go kicking the barricade, and then as if that's not enough, it creates the impression that you are attracting attention to yourself, trying to make yourself a matter of some sort. Sheikh Guveri, as I said. But you have a very germane cause. So always draw attention to the cause while you are there. That's why you have got the public buy-in. You see those who went to now block the other road. They are saying that we want all of you to come and join, you have him join us, so we'll know what you use it, whether you're police or the army, you can use this place. That is not how you get the people to buy, the buying of the people. At least if you are listening to the other person who said, why are you not even taking it to the regions? What you are doing doesn't make sense. The guy is very agitated because it's his mother he was bringing to the hospital. At least listen to that. This is a very important topic. Even in Greater Accra that you are doing this, the Galamsey is not happening here. Take it to some of the regions where...
But it will be absurd. It will be absurd to analyze it from that way. Because...
Why?
The decision, those who take the decision... Are here in Accra. Have you seen any license for mining or any decision about mining taken in the regions?
Oh no, but you
always...
Wait, but you always host the chairman of the MD of
the CEO every Thursday.
Yes, and I watch it because that's what I teach.
Yes.
So I watch him, and in fact, I want to engage him so that I know some of the practical issues, which is maybe far from the classroom.
Right.
Yeah, so that I can, you see. One thing I know is that the Minerals Commission is cited in the places where their mine isn't it.
No, I'm talking about decision making.
Yeah, but that's often the
decision making is here.
That decision.
I mean, you teach. The licenses are signed by the minister.
Yes.
It's not signed by anybody in a region or district.
No, but they apply for through the region.
But I'm saying that the decision. This is where the decisions are made.
Not the process or the.
This is where the decisions are made.
But it's not only a decision.
The ministerial task force.
There's not only a decision.
The interministerial task force was not set up in Accra.
But it's not only a decision.
The engagement by the task force, the engagement by the ministerial task force was it not in Accra?
But the
cabinet meeting to discuss is not in Accra.
Yeah, but where they go to do whatever they've been mandated to do, is it not in the regions?
That's what the demonstration will do. What there?
Then the same thing, the same effect.
Those who take the decision sit in Accra.
You are appealing to the conscience of the people who are also engaging in it. It's not just one part. Is it?
Yes, my understanding clearly from this thing is that there is inaction. Yeah. Inaction.
I'm not begrudging you on that.
The inaction is from the people who run this country. That is where the inaction is from. Those who run this country are here.
I am not disputing you.
What are you going to do at Asesewa?
But that is where the illegality is happening. You see, that is my issue with this. That is my
decision makers are around Christ the King. You say the person should go to Asesewa to go and do what?
That is my issue with perceived solution to this. It is targeted at one group. Yes, they are the executives, so they execute. So they must execute. No problem with that. But I'm tempted to speak to you. Who to Jamuafono? Now who to Yusufu? When you are advising the country, also advising the minds. It's holistic.
Lawyer, I beg you, help me.
Yes.
Aren't there adequate laws in this country to deal with Galamsey? And the
adequate laws to deal with drug trafficking.
No, I just asked.
No, I'm also asking a question.
Yeah, I believe there are.
Yes.
So
it's a matter of enforcement.
And who does the enforcement?
I'm not disputing the fact. I'm not disputing.
No, who does the enforcement?
So you're creating the impression as if I am saying the person who was supposed to do the enforcement is not to blame. That's not the impression you.
No,
that's not the impression I came here to
I see an issue of misplaced aggression.
No, there's no misplaced aggression.
Yes.
I am saying that you have blocked
hit the nail on the head. Don't hit it on the side.
I'm not saying it on the side. Then, in that sense, you blocking that road, what good did it make? Apart from inconveniencing those who are in the hospital. Those who are being rushed to the hospital.
That was irresponsible.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
I'm saying that is irresponsible, but that is not the reason why you should say that they should go and do the demonstration in the regions.
It will have more effect if they
effect.
Yes.
No.
Effect if they replicate it.
Effect on who? Effect on who?
On everything. You see?
No,
unless you are not agreeing with me that it's a whole chain. Are you not agreeing with me?
See, what I found out in this country is that
when
leadership is unable to deal with an issue or is unwilling to deal with an issue, then they make it the issue of it's a collective. Everybody must come on board. It's a national. There is a chain. Everybody has a part to play. But when it comes to things that they want to do, they like to do it and take exclusive credit.
So you are saying that. So you are saying that me coming here, I agree with you that the executive must execute. I have not laid the appropriate blame. You're not saying that, are you? I am saying that whilst you're talking about that, talk about others. It may not be pleasant, but talk about the other things that need to be done. There's nowhere in this world where command and control only has solved the
My view is that if those in leadership, they do what is required of them, if they enforce the law, we won't have the problem we're having. Simplicity. I'm not saying that it will be completely eliminated.
Yes,
but,
so
but we will not have the kind of situation that we have.
To begin with.
There are about 1,500 licenses for mining.
Yes.
Was it issued by?
That is a good thing.
What is a good
that
thing?
they issue licenses.
What is a good
because thing? Once the person is bringing himself under the regulatory ambit, at least you have a data of these.
But does the evidence not show that we are unable to regulate? Does the evidence not show?
I am saying that by the person bringing himself is better than someone out there, no regulated, no license, no control.
Chief.
The first step,
Yes.
is to have a data on everyone who is there, which is we don't have.
I don't disagree with you.
Yes.
But,
so
no,
I'm also not disagreeing with you on the fact that you are saying that the government must act.
There is evidence.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
There is evidence that people who are holding licenses are some of those engaged in some of the things that we are talking about.
So
just hold on.
Okay.
As we speak, all those who have been named, either in investigative exposés or no manner of reports, how many of them have had their licenses revoked? How many of them?
I just read where someone in, I think it was Bogoso Forest.
It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with mining practices.
No.
It has everything. No, we discussed it here Thursday. Don't confuse it.
I'm not confusing.
Their issue has to do with. Their issue has to do with the terms of their.
You're not even allowing me to establish what I'm saying.
No, you are bringing Bogoso into a scenario that doesn't exist.
You said how many of them's life have not been revoked? I said I'm just reading about that. So let me learn.
Okay.
You see, the issue about Galamsey.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I agree with you that it is not too complex that they cannot begin to act by now. I am suggesting that at least the water bodies, by now, the security agencies, by the soldiers, should be on the water bodies protecting it because it's a national security issue. By now, I am saying that.
Okay.
All right. But
who should take that decision?
But I'm saying that I am agreeing with you on that. Don't even create an impression as if I'm not agreeing with you as to the executive not. I'm agreeing with you on that. I'm saying that by now, at least those water bodies. Okay. Now, if someone is issuing a license, I am saying that it is better because that person has taken steps of bringing himself under the regulatory ambit. The fact that the person is issued a license does not mean that the person cannot breach that license. If the person breaches that license, the person has engaged in illegal minor activity. That is Galamsey. So, license or not, at least you've exposed yourself to us. We should be able to go there and see that the terms we gave you are compliant with that. If that is not being done, the person is also reneging on his duties as a government official. I'm not. Don't get me wrong with these things, because it is incumbent on all of us. It's for all of us. It's not for the selfish people who are doing that. It is not just for them. It is for all of us to benefit.
Right.
You know of this fact that in a particular year, gold that we said officially we had transported out of Ghana was, I think it was $3 billion or so. Then on their data, the world market, it was about 6 point something, almost 7 billion.
Yes.
That difference.
Yes.
And you are saying that we should be personalized and shield someone. No, we can't do that. That is money for all of us. All right. All I'm saying is that whilst you are calling, I'm joining you in calling the person to take the decision, and I am saying that by now at least some soldiers should be on the water bodies. All the Sinn Féins deal with that, at least. Okay? My problem with this when discussing this is I don't want to engage in knee-jerk reactions because it doesn't solve the problem. And then when it's more, whatever reaction we take is more command and control approach, it doesn't solve it. Then it's like the last resort didn't work. You see, that's my only issue. So I join you in saying that yes, some decisions have been taken by now. I join you in saying that. But let us also not make it a knee-jerk. All right? So you are thinking the demonstration, what the guy said, they shouldn't even have to think about it. I think they should at least think about it. To say that they're blocking that side of the road. When I'm rushing my mother to the hospital, it doesn't make sense.
No, as for that one, the blocking of the road for me has nothing to do with whether the demonstration is in Accra or it's in Achima.
He said take it
because
there are instances where
you don't have to block the road,
there are instances
whether
where,
it is in Nabrongo or Accra.
There are instances where they have implicated some government officials.
Right.
I think in some places, I think at least whilst investigation goes on as to whatever, at least some demonstration there will ring a bell in someone's ear. I am thinking that. I am thinking that. Because you are saying that person is involved in it. I think at least that.
The only thing is that the person who must take the decision on that appointee is in Accra.
Well, you will stand by that. I also stand by what I'm saying. Right. But let it never be created that we don't want action to be taken.
Right.
No, no. I can't even go back to my classroom standing and be teaching all the things, the wonderful pieces and whatnot. No, this action must be taken. I remember there's a day I met Eduji. I think it was the same Metro on a Saturday. It wasn't your program. And when I let people say, but you Eduji, we are agreeing too much. I said, but this is our national resource that God has blessed us with. It's not time for
and it's becoming a curse.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as for Galamsey, I think that we have reached a point where if His Excellency the President had any conscience left in him, he would have just resigned.
Hey.
It's that bad.
Resign,
he should have just resigned. If he had any conscience. He assured the nation that he was willing to put his presidency on the line.
As for
he should put the presidency on the line.
But he should act. He's still president.
It is too late.
It's not late.
It is what again can he do that he has not tried doing? What can he do that he has not tried?
It is what he hasn't done.
But within this period, what again can he do?
He can still show commitment.
He should just resign, unless he cannot find a line to hang the presidency. We can show him where the line is. He promised us that he was going to put it on the line, and it is clear. So for Galamsey, the only way for us to, get a renewed commitment to the fight as a people is for the president to resign. But my brother Kingsley misunderstood a point that I made earlier about some of these arrests that I just want to clarify before you move on. For you made a point. You made a point.
The tourism minister has got me. Is just cracked me.
I know.
Bobo, the tourism minister, he says that sometimes cabinet meetings are held at Peduasi, which is outside Accra.
So they can go to Peduasi to demonstrate. Good morning. My brother who is a lawyer said that a lawyer cannot represent someone in court without the person's instructions. Fair enough. Now that makes the point that it was important for the police to have allowed the lawyers of the Democracy Hub to engage with all those that they have arrested before today, so that at least they will know if they are their members and if they have their instruction to represent them in court or not. Now, in the absence of that, they may bring all those that they have arrested today to court. Now, some of them may turn out not to be members of the Democracy Hub. They will not have instruction to represent them. And what is likely to happen? Yes. I mean, no, if they are not their member, if for example, somebody comes to court and say that I wasn't part of the demonstration, I was just passing by and I got arrested.
But the person has a right to his lawyer.
Now, at that point, that person may not have a lawyer.
I'm
telling you based on the documentary that I watched. A lot of people are very legally. Listen,
that's why I make my
but that's what I'm saying. I know. I'm telling you that people are very ignorant about the law in Ghana. So somebody was passing by, he is arrested, he is brought to court. He knows nothing about the demonstration. He tells the court, I know nothing about the demonstration. So he doesn't, then they tell him he has a right to a lawyer. He doesn't have a lawyer. Then maybe the judge will remind him and say that he should seek legal aid.
That's why it works.
No, so what is going to happen? In this case, if you come and you say that you had nothing to do with the demonstration, and so these lawyers don't have the right to. What is going to happen?
When you come to court, right, and you are charged, they will lay the charge and the plea, you are supposed to respond to it, guilty or not guilty. And then some who are very ignorant will say, I am guilty with explanation, which is not allowed in law. But the judge understands it. The judge will understand.
No, I just want you to go straight to the point. What is going to happen? What's going to happen to someone who comes to court today and says that I was just passing by and I had nothing to do with this? What's going to happen to that person? Let's just go straight to it.
Yeah, you asked the question.
Yes.
So the judge will listen to your, I wasn't part of this, which I was just walking by, to mean that I'm not guilty. All right?
Yes.
Now, at that point, application for bail is supposed to be made.
By who?
By the person or his lawyer.
He doesn't have a lawyer.
No, but he can make his own application.
For bail?
Yeah, but then, you see, it will be dangerous for you to even assume that from the time it's now 9:50, right? For the time of the arrest up to now, as we are speaking, they have not had access to the lawyer of their choice. That's an assumption.
They don't.
That's an assumption.
I listened to the lawyer of the Democracy House last night.
Yes. And it's 9:50 now. If they are supposed to be sent to court, it will be 8:30. From that to going to court now, it's an assumption you're making that as we speak now.
I am just making that point to highlight the irresponsibility on the part of the police for not allowing the lawyers to have engaged these people after they arrested them, because it can lead to all kinds of complications. I initially commended them for perhaps, even if it was not tactical, but it appeared so, decision to not arrest. I mean, yeah, I'm saying even if it wasn't a tactical decision, but it appeared so, and I commended them for that. For not arresting, Oliver at the time that he engaged in that irresponsible conduct. I, however, still maintain. I also maintain, Kingsley. I also maintain that the demonstration itself was a good one. And all those who participated in it deserve commendation. They just have to restrain themselves a bit and not engage in some of those excesses that they engage in. But as for Galamsey, my mind is made up, Randy. The president must put his presidency on the line.
We'll come back.
He should
Back and
resign.
wrap up on this one.
He should resign.
Will I still give amnesty to people convicted for Galamsey? And my answer is yes. Because those who are in prison for Galamsey are not the actual perpetrators of Galamsey. The big kingpins are not in prison. Those who are in prison are the small boys that they employ to work on their Galamsey concessions. And so they are victims of circumstances. And so if we are coming with a new fight against Galamsey, let's start by giving them amnesty. Let's bring them out, reform them, and do the things that will make them not go and do what they've done again. If it's somebody must be in prison, it's those district chief executives and ministers and others who are doing the Galamsey, not the people they are employing.
Do you know someone who's making a difference in your community? Someone whose selfless actions and dedication to helping others deserves recognition? Then it's time to celebrate these incredible individuals on MTN Heroes of Change.
It's time to nominate those selfless individuals to win 100,000 Ghana cedis and other cash prizes and be crowned MTN Hero of Change. You can also nominate a blogger or someone in the digital space and any of the media houses to win our new category of Digital Hero and Media Hero of Change. Just fill an online nomination form at mtn.com.gh or send a WhatsApp with a 1-minute video of your nominee's project on 055-141-1122. Deadline for nominations is 18th October 2024, so don't waste time. Nominate your hero now.
MTN Heroes of Change. Be the change you wish to see.
Choose the perfect prize for you every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner. Choose the perfect prize every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Hey, Walambo!
Hey, Walambo!
Hey, I asked him to buy me original politics.
Hey, please don't make mistake. Stop the papa. Open the back man. And you politics no girl. You there. Hey, papa.
Papa, can ruffle.
The politics is original. The first and the best.
What is? Ukota also for the acrobat you see me.
Politics, yes.
Cratchy, unemu bua unkoisha Dr. Ban uye denwa.
Oh, Mr. Yamfani call me buru. Ayi, mami go buru. Ni atele be ko. Bra, mumi yamfani call Dr. Ban ho. Dr. Ban o ya de. Bra, se bani no mpemu adwuma, sasabro slow Dr. Ban o ye.
Hey, kemi kwa na beka. Oh, no mpemu nimdi onu na ye expect nya zanfo no. O akra eni kumasi no mpemu expect yen kan kire.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get a packing so you have to come. Hey, wait.
You go put it on his tab. This is my man.
Good luck. We'll wait here. We are star 712. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let's
choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. Now we try. You need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random ticket. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
So good, miss.
Hey, there, tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and compare. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Hello, my name is Roland Walker. I'm here at Coastal Park. It's one of the many courts belonging to estate masters, and they are into service plots, property management, and luxury homes. And just in case you want to make that decision to invest into a landed property, estate masters is the right choice to make. If it is from an indenture, a site plan, you want it also barcoded, all is available. You might have heard about Chopoli. It's where we have the next cottage of estate masters. It is not only one of the thriving, but the most inviting landed property site for you also to invest in. We encourage you, do invest in the next cottage at Chokoli. It is just close to the yet to be demarcated airport. That also will be a valuable property for you to invest in.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show, I have Alhaji Al-Hassan Suhini and Kingsley Amwakwa Wedu. Okay. Now with Betway, you're guaranteed to get more chances to play. Betway's Pick Your Prize lets you choose your preferred promotion to make the perfect sports bet every week, from payout boost to cashback. Plus, you also stand a chance to choose your own prize, from vouchers to electronics and a grand prize of an airline ticket. Visit betway.com.gh to find out more. Terms and conditions apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging, irrespective of your age. But worry no more. Lift and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices, and guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lift and Elevators at Sakumon or just call them on 0200-535-515 or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movement. So we'll wrap up on this Galamsey issue, and I've just seen this. I don't know if both of you read the interview granted by the President of the National House of Chiefs about his stance on the ban on mining, on all those things. Okay. Now, so the Media Coalition Against Galamsey has urged the National House of Chiefs to clarify its stance on illegal mining activities in Ghana, particularly the widespread practice of Galamsey. Comprising various media organizations, the coalition expressed significant concern regarding the environmental and social repercussions of illegal mining, emphasizing the necessity for strong leadership from traditional authorities in addressing this pressing issue. In their recent statement, the coalition noted that the participation of traditional leaders in illegal mining has exacerbated the problem. They called on the National House of Chiefs to take a firm position against Galamsey and promote sustainable practices that prioritize environmental health and the welfare of communities affected by mining operations. The coalition believes that chiefs hold a vital role in guiding their communities and setting a positive example in the fight against illegal mining. This appeal comes in light of Ojiahoho Yaojebi II, President of the National House of Chiefs, having dismissed calls for a complete ban on all mining activities in Ghana. Instead, he advocated for stronger regulations to ensure responsible mining practices. In response, the Media Coalition highlighted that illegal mining not only depletes national resources but also causes widespread pollution and degradation of water bodies, jeopardizing the livelihoods of many Ghanaians. The coalition underscored the importance of a united front among stakeholders, including the National House of Chiefs, in tackling the challenges posed by Galamsey. They insisted that a clear and definitive stance from the National House of Chiefs could mobilize communities and foster compliance with environmental laws, ultimately contributing to more sustainable mining practices in the country. The Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey, with a sense of pressing urgency, has noted with utter disappointment the position of the National House of Chiefs conveyed through its president, purporting to reject any ban on all forms of mining. The coalition further notes that the House of Chiefs' notable silence and its belated position, now published, should this statement be correctly understood the way it is relayed. The coalition notes that the National House of Chiefs has regrettably reinforced and incentivized the rampant and wanton destruction of Ghana's environment and the Commonwealth bequeathed to us by our forebears. The seemingly rather shocking endorsement of illegal mining is particularly worrisome, considering the constitutional mandate entrusted the body to act as custodians of the customary resources of a various community led by its members. These are excerpts from that statement. So what he said was that he dismissed calls for a ban on mining activities. He advocated for stronger regulations to ensure responsible mining practice. So in the view of the President of the National House of Chiefs, we do not have strong regulations, and that is what is responsible for what we have. And I was shocked. I was shocked. You know, when I read, I was shocked.
You're part of the coalition.
Oh yes. Okay. But I was shocked.
Why?
Stronger regulations. I mean, if he was talking about enforcement, if he said we should enforce, we should focus on enforcing the existing regulations and getting the regulatory agencies and all state agencies to act in enforcing what we have, then fine. But when I heard him, the impression I got was that he believes that there is some either a lacuna or the absence of relevant laws to deal with responsible mining practices. And I was. Well, can you be both livid and shocked? Is that possible?
Yeah, it happens. Shock price.
Okay.
You can even be shocked price. You can be shocked and surprised.
Yeah.
You know, Randy, to some extent, I wasn't shocked. I will explain why. But last week, the minority also issued a press statement on this matter. True. Yes, and maybe with your permission, I'll just go through excerpts of it. So, in the light of the ongoing crisis surrounding the illegal mining activities, otherwise known as Galamsey in Ghana, the minority, acknowledged the tireless efforts of civil society organizations and labor unions that recently have been at the forefront of the advocacy, education, and community mobilization. Their unwavering commitment to protecting our natural resources and advocating for sustainable practice has not only highlighted the urgent need for a collaborative approach to environmental conservation, but has also galvanized the needed public awareness on the critical implications of these illegal practices. However, it's with great concern that we must address the clueless and sometimes seemingly pretentious response from the government, and particularly the Office of the President, regarding this pressing issue. The persistent pollution of our water bodies and the irreversible destruction of our cherished forest reserves pose significant threats to both our environment and public health. Despite numerous promises and money-sapping initiatives launched by this government, the situation continues to worsen as no progress has been made to effectively combat the Galamsey menace, leaving many communities to bear severe consequences of the illegal mining activities. Now, the detrimental impacts of Galamsey are widespread, affecting not just the environment, but also the livelihoods of countless individuals who depend on clean water and healthy ecosystems. We call upon the President and Akufo-Addo and his government to, without fail, address the nation on the state of our environment. And this is why I expect that during that address, he will announce his own resignation. He should outline the immediate and decisive actions to be taken to address these illegal activities. This should include how to enforce the existing laws more rigorously, conducting thorough investigations, and especially on several allegations of the complicity of many government officials and party leaders, and holding accountable those already implicated by previous investigations in these destructive practices. Moreover, we assure all concerned Ghanaians of the NDC and President Mohammed's future government commitment to engage constructively with civil society organizations and labor unions to implement comprehensive policies as crafted in our manifesto that will address both the economic realities that drive illegal mining and the urgent need for environmental protection. We acknowledge more than ever how essential it is for all stakeholders to work together to find sustainable solutions that preserve our natural resources for future generations. Randy, and this is where, that's not the end of it, but this is where I say I partly wasn't shocked by the call of the President of the National House of Chiefs. Because if you look at the NDC's promise, we intend to, for example, recategorize, the mining, how do you call them, sector, where you will have small-scale mining, medium-scale mining, and large-scale mining.
Okay.
And once that is introduced, the initial concept of small-scale mining was for miners to use shovel and headpans to do the mining. Today, the small-scale miners have the capacity to procure these heavy earth-moving equipment. And the legislations that are available perhaps find it very difficult to regulate these activities. But I agree also that with proper enforcement, it shouldn't have been the case, but it is the case. So we are thinking of how to recategorize these mining operations so that you will have the small-scale miners who, from time immemorial, used to gather and sell. That's where Galamsey came from. And with little impact on the environment. Then you can now zero in on these medium-scale miners who are really responsible for the destruction that we see all around us. And when you zero in on them, you can implement the regulations as they have been done. We also, for example, are seeking to ensure that when President Mahama is sworn in, we will look at some of the laws. For example, the EPA law, LI 2462, that allows for mining in forest reserve, is something that we are going to reconsider seriously, because you cannot be seeking to promote the forest greening Ghana. You cannot be greening Ghana or saying you are greening Ghana and engage in other practices that puts these forests at risk. And in some cases, we are told over 30 of our forest reserves are all gone. You know, so these are some of the things that we will be embarking upon to help the fight. And that is why, to some extent, you will say that these are new regulations that can come in. But to a very large extent, I agree with you that what we need now is not regulations. What we need now is a proper enforcement of what we have already passed to govern that sector. If we did that, the impact that we are seeing today would be less. It's not like it will completely eliminate the impact. But if we enforce the laws that we currently have in our law books, the impact that we are seeing today would have been less. And that is why I think that it has become necessary for His Excellency the President to urgently address the nation on the state of our environment. We have been hearing State of Nation address. Not so. It is a constitutional requirement. But we have to highlight the danger that Galamsey poses to all of us to the level of, if you like, COVID. Because you see, during COVID, we had national addresses on the state of COVID and how government was dealing with it because of how it was threatening our very survival. I think that Galamsey has gotten to that level where we have over 60%, I'm told, of our water bodies polluted. Where you have water company telling all of us that if action is not taken, very soon they will not be able to treat potable water for domestic use. And people may have to rely on importing water to survive. That is a calamity. That is a crisis waiting to happen. And so it cannot be taken lightly at all. It deserves a presidential address on the state of our nation. And I'm hoping, you can call it the audacity of hope, that in that address, the president will have the presence of mind and a conscience to announce his own resignation and to demonstrate his commitment to his promise that he was willing to put his presidency on the line if he failed the fight. Because clearly, the evidence we have today is that the whole fight has been a fiasco. In the first place, there was never a fight. There has always been a situation created for some people to engage in, this illegal mining activities so that, as we're told, party could be supported. You remember the party here, Sika, audio recording involving the former environment minister and one of the party apparatchiks that was engaged in this mining, illegal mining business. You also remember the Anas Amira and Anas video recording where government officials were implicated. So we are saying as a minority that in this address, he should also be telling us the responsible actions that he is going to take against these officials that have already been established to have been involved in these illegal activities. And he will open more investigations into some of the allegations that have been made, like the one made by Professor Frimpong Boateng when he left office, the petition he sent to the Chief of Staff. Those allegations ought to be investigated as well. But we already know that some of them have been implicated already in the Anas video. And then you also have the former Minister for Local Government, Ajia Alima, when she was the minister, telling us that they knew at the presidency or in government that some DCEs and MCEs and regional ministers were involved in the Galamsey. Till date, nobody has been arrested or held responsible for some of these acts. And when you compare it to what happened in Konongo recently, where you had the miners mining just by the highway and putting the integrity of the highway into question. And you had the Regional Security Council chair, that's the regional minister. You had the Municipal Security Council chair, the municipal, what do you call it, the chief executive, all present and all giving us very interesting stories. You cannot say that, the government is not complicit in some of these activities. And finally, I think that what His Excellency President Mahama is promising is legitimate. You cannot, for example, be holding people who, because of the inefficiency and ineffective management of the economy, are unable to make a living, and as a result are hoodwinked to be part of this illegal exercise, and leave out those who hire them to engage in these illegal activities. It's just like investigators do with drug trafficking, and I'm using it because you made reference to it in our earlier conversations. You don't gain much arresting the pushers and leaving the barons. It is more efficient and effective when you deal with the barons so that the supply is cut. And that is why it is important that you don't keep miners who are put in the pits so they can earn a daily income in jail, and leave the likes of Wuntumi, the Ashanti regional, chairman of the New Patriotic Party, who, according to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, had a company known as Akonta Mining engage in an illegal activity at the Tanoni Mirimi forest. I don't forget that. Because clearly, the minister indicated that the Akonta mining activity at the forest was an illegal activity, only for His Excellency the President to come out and clear the company, even before investigations could commence. And that is yet another reason why the President, in his address on the state of the environment, should announce his resignation.
Okay. All right.
Well, I was thinking, would I ever get a chance to talk?
Okay. So, lecturer,
you have now.
20 minutes.
Oh, that's not true.
Sure.
That's not true.
Lecture.
That's
How do your students refer to you?
That's not true.
Ooh, sir.
Okay. So, sir, let's hear you.
You see, of course, what this country suffers from in several other areas, not just in illegal mining, is enforcement, not the lack of regulations. If there's any regulation that needs to be passed, it is what Dr. Bawumia proposes. It is that we have to look at the whole chain. And some of the two main areas for solving this Galamsey issue is financing. Okay, and he proposes a mining bank for the small-scale miners, all right, who will not source their funds from faceless individuals, I mean, I understand that an excavator is now between $250,000 and $500,000. All right, and so if we sort out the financing of that makes us check on those who are hiding behind the guys who are being arrested, and we can solve that. Another big issue is the amount, the acreages that need to be covered before you can get probably maybe 10 ounces or a kilo. All right. And Dr. Bawumia proposes that reconnaissance in the form of exploration reconnaissance will be done to cover wider spans. Okay. So that anyone going there knows that this is the particular area that I need to engage in mine circle. So I don't need to dig a whole place before I go and chance on it. That also cuts that down. And the more, and this is a plus, the more the people are able to apply for licenses and it being easily given to them, the more you have people coming in, the more you have data. You don't know, the more you know this person in this place, this person in that place. So it makes easy the fact of supervision and enforcement. What we have not been seeing is enough enforcement, and I agree with you, Randy. And I think when you speak to the MD, probably you tell you more about things like that. It's enforcement, not the creation of more laws. Some, a bit more laws maybe may have to be passed. Now, to suggest that the president hasn't done anything at all, I don't think that is right. At the bar conference, the AG said that about 850 Galamsey suspects are facing trial. A number of them have been convicted. I have seen a few where those who have been convicted came to me to see whether I can go on appeal. I looked at the brief and said, there's nothing you can do because the evidence stuck clearly against you. So something is being done. More needs to be done. There's no argument about that. As for what President Mahama said he would do, I have a video here. I can play it. He said he will grant amnesty to everyone who was arrested for operating in Galamsey. That is what he said. All right? And that because those who have been arrested are their people. And they have not arrested the MPP, they have only arrested NDC people. So you grant amnesty. And they added that I believe that they have regretted. There's huge powers.
We've played this video about 10 times. So
yes.
On this program.
Yes.
What you are saying is not what it is.
Well, it is here. Then,
it's where?
Then I'll send it to you.
Their own creation.
No, I'll send it to you. No, don't say that. Don't do this. We are trying to solve a problem. Don't do what you're doing.
So don't create a new one.
No, you have invited me to it by saying that the president has done this, the president has done that.
Don't create
again.
One.
I'm not creating it. This
like I said, deal with the barons and not the pushers.
Again, when there was a ban, moratorium placed for years, all right, you had an NDC member, I think now he's Kwaku, what's his name, and Obing, going there to say that when they should vote for them in 2020, when they come, they will give them they allow them to mine. That is the unfortunate political spin we place on this, and then we do not see our way forward in battling this out. So if today you are now coming to tell us what will happen in the odd chance, because I know on the 7th of January it will be Dr. Bawumia who's being sworn into, and he will start initiating into power, and he will start initiating some of these policies, which would augur well for us. If your president has something, all right, to say and to do, and you play it against some of these words, then it becomes some double standard issue. I think, bringing it to a close, I think enforcement need to be done. More of such. I think water bodies, at least, we want to see action on the water bodies, because that's existential. When I go and take this bottle of water, it doesn't discriminate between me or my brother here. The fact that it's even clear doesn't, now we heard that the fact that it's even clear doesn't mean that it may be safe to drink. That is how we have to see this. When we see it this way, and you are calling for enforcement, everyone will see it that way. But to sit here and be calling for some person hanging. No, that's politicizing it. That doesn't work out well. That dovetails into some of the things you've also said that we can begin to harp on. It doesn't solve any problem. So let's begin to solve the problem. The problem is, let us see more enforcement.
Okay. There's a gentleman called Adam Srem, and I've been following him for, I think, close to 2 years, and he's been capturing images of communities
devastated.
Yes, by Galamsey. His latest, today is the 24th, not so?
Yes.
So his latest was Sunday the 22nd. And you guys know the Wasa area?
Yes.
Okay, so there are these towns in the Wasa area. So there's Japa, Akonsia, and Dadiaso. These three. Now, I want us to watch the images of these towns as at Sunday, the 22nd, 2 days ago. So this is what you're seeing on your screen. Wow. So this are the towns of Japa, Konsia, and Dadiaso in the Wasa area. So that's what you're seeing. These are those areas as a Sunday, 2 days ago, Sunday. This is a level of devastation in those three Wasa towns. Japa, Akonsia, and Dadiaso, as captured by Adam Srem, Sunday. Sunday.
Randy, you recall one of the things that President Mahama was vilified for was when, in his fight against this practice, one time he traveled in a helicopter and described what he saw in very, if you like, uncompromising ways. And instead of us to pay attention to how unpalatable, the situation was as seen above, we rather focus on, very myopic propaganda. Recall he talked about how the earth, as he saw it, was like a wound on the body of the earth. And people said he referred to some town as the headquarters of Galamsey, just so that they could engage in propaganda and destroy him. But it was, and today when you look at the pictures, Randy, and you have a conscience alive, like I keep referring to, you look at the earth as your body, and then you see those excavations as wounds on the skin.
These are like shots taken from helis.
From helicopters, yes. So from that view, you cannot...
So you see, when you're on land, you see the trees around, and you think that the forest cover is intact.
Yes.
It's only when you take this aerial trees that you see that, look.
Oh my goodness.
The forest reserves have become crazy bald heads.
I'm telling you, we measure too much in minors and minor in majors, Randy. And I think that it is time that we all demanded action.
This is what is left of your country.
To commend the civil society organizations and the media coalition for the work that they are doing. But I think that we cannot expect anything good from this government that is responsible. That is responsible for this.
You just said
they simply have been compromised.
We have sat here, all of us have sat here to say that they have to be
Kingsley, let us be honest. The enforcement, somebody is responsible for the enforcement, and the person has shared his responsibility. We cannot expect anything better from this administration anymore. We can't.
And let's take. Okay.
We're not angry enough.
It's a Ghanaian question.
Yes.
What can a country that cannot protect its water bodies and forest cover, what can that country do?
Protect.
What is that country capable of doing? A country that cannot protect its water and forest cover.
It's a rhetorical question, isn't it?
It's a question.
Nothing.
What can that country
my answer to? Because you see, life. Let me answer before you. Let me answer before you. Life depends on the two.
Being gentleman with you.
Thank you. You are good. life.
When I'm talking, tell me, let me answer before you. Before writing, I have to say that.
So,
you know,
may I remind you,
Kinsley,
may I remind you that your wife is watching?
Exactly, your wife is also watching. And you're already moving.
So let me say properly. You know,
I met her one day, and the conversation that we had is not for her.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, I met her. She called me. Then she then identified herself to me, and then she said, "Oh, Cape Coast, yes." Okay. And then she had a nice conversation with me, and I made some promises to her.
Oh, okay. I'm going to thank her.
You know,
oh, really?
You see, it's your question, Randy, is still ringing in my head.
Yes.
If we can't protect our forests and our water bodies, what else?
What can we?
Because you see, that is what life depends on.
That is why.
Life of man in general. I was already talking, so don't interrupt me. Okay. Let me finish so that you can also.
So wrap up. So
I'm saying that life in general, life depends on these two. Whether you are an animal or you are a human being, you cannot survive without water and without the forest cover. That's why they say that when the last tree dies, the last man dies. And so what else or how else or in which field can we be gaining if we are losing these two? And that is why it is important that our duty bearers do not shirk responsibility on this very important matter. And when they shirk responsibility like we have seen it demonstrated and we speak of it, it's not just engaging in politics. I have always said that politics is of no use if it does not lead to progress, if it does not lead to the improvement of life and livelihood. Right. So on this note, I am very sure that my brother has nothing more to say. And so I will just plead with you, Randy. I know he has nothing more to say. He cannot wait for us to wrap up because he knows that the situation is so bad.
I've never seen an lecturer who has nothing to say.
He has nothing more to add because I've said it all for him. But
I'm sure what you have wanted to say.
Right, he agrees with you.
He agrees with me. But the point is, do you know what he had wanted to say?
About his party.
Do you know what he had wanted to say?
But don't even say what he wanted to say. Let me talk.
He's worried about his party, and he agrees with me. But he's worried about what his party will say. So he should let us end on the note of wishing Alban Bagwin, the Speaker of Parliament, a happy
we'll get there.
Yes.
Honorable
Yes.
has engaged in a lot of altruisms here. Okay. Now, we all know of the gold rush and the battles fought around gold, where some kingdoms here in Ghana and all that were defeated because of gold, no matter what the official reason the English gave and all that. Then we know that there is black gold. Wars are being fought for black gold, which is hydrocarbons, the oil. The next phase of fighting for resources is the water. It's called blue gold. So for you to now explain that water we all know is blue gold. Blue gold is now the next phase, and water is life. Okay. Now, what we have to do is not to give up on this fight. We have never given up on the fight against illegal and illicit trafficking or any other forms of criminal activities. We cannot give up on this. What we have to do is not to overly politicize it. We will call the actors that be to the executive. They must enforce the laws. I've highlighted some of the enforcement that we are engaging in. We are saying we want to see more. We want to now go beyond those who are engaging in it to those who are behind it, the big guys behind it, being arrested. We have to investigate and get them put them to the book. We cannot be engaging in knee-jerk reactions. We need to, by all means, come up with both command and control approaches to it and education and incentivizing approach to it. This fight, all right, very realistically, this fight is a long-term fight. What we want to see is steps being taken that at least our water bodies are being salvaged, and then we go on to see the other things. Now, most of those are proposed in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's proposals. Let's have let's interrogate those and see that this solves the problem. All right.
After 8 years at the presidency,
I didn't heckle you.
You did a bit.
Your wife is still watching me. All right. So that when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia assumes the full executive power, these are some of the things he will do, and it will augur well for Ghana. As I said, it's a long-term fight. We cannot lose. We can't give up. We can't lose out of the fact that steps need to be taken. We are taking it. We will get there. My brother will still come back and say that, eventually we are now seeing some progress. It will happen.
Do you know lawyer Masao of the KNUST?
Yes.
You know him?
Yes.
Okay. It says, please ask my learned colleague about who has the duty to ensure the enforcement of our laws.
You have asked that question already,
okay.
And you have answered it here.
Okay.
And so that's not.
All right.
You see, that is not someone right away from responsibility. We cannot ever, and we do not ever check from our responsibility.
I have sat here. If we hold them responsible,
I have called them to see more action. Right. I have sat here and called more action.
So Parliament is on recess, right?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh
why?
Why?
Yeah,
would have made a trip with
a birthday
I really would have loved to see
how Parliament will celebrate.
No, the costume. That Mr. Speaker would have adorned himself with today. He's 67 today.
67, yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, Mr. Speaker is 67 today.
Yes. It would have been nice to see how elegant.
Yes, I would have loved to see whether today he will go Fulani or whether he will go Fulani or he will go
maybe traditional. He would have gone
whether he will go
traditional would be what
warrior. He would have gone warrior like possibly. Because he's a conqueror.
Mr. Speaker, happy birthday. Happy 67th birthday.
Mr. Speaker, all of us, happy birthday.
Happy 67th birthday to you.
Yes, may God continue to bless and keep you.
I wish you long life.
Father, oh Father.
That's how you call him.
Yeah, that's how.
Father, oh Father.
Father, oh Father.
When you say that something happened.
Sometimes he shows love. When he's in a good mood. Father, oh Father.
Fresh and crisp. Anyway, so that was it for this morning's edition. This morning's edition of the show. When I see him, I'll check the
mood. I'll
check the bulge of his pocket before I shout Father, oh Father. You don't hail in vain. Anyway, up next, GMG Trends.
Do you know someone who's making a difference in your community? Someone whose selfless actions and dedication to helping others deserves recognition? Then it's time to celebrate these incredible individuals on MTN Heroes of Change.
It's time to nominate those selfless individuals to win 100,000 Ghana cedis and other cash prizes and be crowned MTN Hero of Change. You can also nominate a blogger or someone in the digital space and any of the media houses to win our new category of Digital Hero and Media Hero of Change. Just fill an online nomination form at mtn.com.gh or send a WhatsApp with a 1-minute video of your nominee's project on 055-141-1122. Deadline for nominations is 18th October 2024, so don't waste time. Nominate your hero now.
MTN Heroes of Change. Be the change you wish to see.
The luckiest.
Star 712#.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get a packing from your command. One lie. Hey, wait.
You go put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Hey, go. We'll wait here. We are star 712. It's much phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And I'm with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let
me choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body, Hey, there tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and prepare. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Choose the perfect prize every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Time to check out what is trending on social media with Desi.
Look,
yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It was a long weekend. Yeah.
Were you in Kumasi?
No. I was in Tama. I think most Saturday, Sunday.
You didn't go to Kumasi?
No.
I hear a lot happened in Kumasi this week.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Especially around the palace.
Around the palace. And new innovative ways of begging when you go wrong. You
just need to get a dog.
Okay, and then you knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
A dog who knows how to kneel.
So dog. Oh, dog. Okay. Anyway, happy belated birthday to Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It's still the man. You're the man. So yesterday we had to spend the holiday celebrating the legend. But over the weekend also there was the demonstration, Reoccupy Jolobi House, hashtag Stop Galamsey now, and a lot of things happened. I think, the back and forth from the police and the demonstrators will always, keep going on, and Vanessa was there to cover for us. And
so you see that an act of the leader of a demonstrator has now become the talking point instead of the demo itself. And what the demo is about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I hope that the leaders will take a cue from that.
Okay, so quickly, moving away from that, Doc. Now let's go to Kumasi proper.
Okay.
So, now, I think a few weeks ago, a video surfaced, from another platform where a guest on a show said some things. Some people felt it was denigrating the Otunfo and Asanteman, and I think later they were summoned and they went with them. Some managers of the media organization went to the Mensia Palace to go and beg. So Efia Pokia, she's with Ago TV, and some members of the show. So Mona is on Onya, and with all of them, they went there to the Mensia Palace to ask.
So the lady does not work.
No.
She was a guest on the show.
She was a guest,
but she's also a media person.
She's a media person.
With which media house?
With Ago TV.
Okay.
Yes.
In the EIB station.
Yes, in the EIB, and then went on a show that is on Onya.
Okay.
Right. So that's
and she said something.
Yeah, she said
some things against Mensia.
Yes.
Or
yes.
Okay.
If you listen to the video,
don't play back.
Oh yes, I'm not going to play that. I'm not going. I can't go best. So I'm not going to play that. But it's brought a lot of divided opinion whether there was a name.
So she was sent there. Was she summoned?
Yes.
She was summoned.
Yes.
Okay.
And there had been some calls from the Asanteman youth and other people, so together.
So she was summoned to the palace and she responded.
Yes, and she went there,
And so the visuals that you see was when they went there, and there are other visuals also.
So they've gone to beg.
Yes, they've gone to beg.
So the matter is settled.
No.
Why?
The apology was not accepted.
Huh?
It wasn't accepted. We understand that.
So what next?
Said they didn't come with family people, elderly people to and see.
Okay.
All
right. Okay. So despite the fact that
she knelt, she did the four.
Is that because she didn't come with members of her family?
Yes, elderly people. That's what I understand. That's the readings I'm getting. That I'm paying for. And
but those
these are station. These are people from.
Yeah, but that thing was said on the station.
Baby,
so the station takes a responsibility.
Well,
assuming that she was going to be sued, assuming that there was going to be a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Will her family be sued?
Well,
anyway,
that is what.
Anyway, I'm not a chief, so maybe I don't understand these things.
Okay, so I saw a letter from the Asanteman youth, who registered their displeasure, and I think that the whole backlash that actually got them to go there. Okay. So I understand I mentioned some of them, but share the foreseeable future.
They took the initiative to apologize. Okay.
Yeah,
so they've apologized. Yeah. And you say Mesha says it's not accepted.
Yeah,
they've not accepted apology.
Yeah, never go come back.
Huh?
And some come back. Yeah, somebody paying for the back.
If you go there again.
Look, now apology to
okay, all right.
So this will be different.
Okay.
Yeah, apology style. Yeah.
Okay.
But Doc, I have a song for you, a new song. A new song. Ladies and gentlemen.
Before you get to your song, I think that we must all be a bit careful. It's easy to get carried away when you are on media platforms.
Yeah.
Sometimes people need to learn to restrain themselves. You see, you can say the same things, and I think that most of the time it's about choice of words.
Yeah.
And I think that we all need to be very, very careful. I'm sure that the same things that she said could be said by another person and not attract the kind of backlash that is attracted because of the choice of words by the person.
Yeah.
And so I hope that after going through this, you would be not just her, but all other persons who go on air will be quite circumspect with what they say. I think that most of the time is how you say it.
Yeah, so that's the argument on socials that she didn't exactly directly insult the two voices.
You don't have to. Sometimes you don't. I'm saying that you could say the same thing. If it is a criticism, you want to. It is how you say.
How you say it.
And I hope that with what she's gone through, she would learn, and more especially a lot of other people will also learn, and then we can move on. Let's just move on.
Let's move on. So let's wrap up with our song for the day.
Mr. National Cathedral, Jimmy Poo, Cathedral. National Cathedral, Jimmy Poo, Cathedral. Mr. National Cathedral, Jimmy Poo, Cathedral. Mr. National Cathedral, Jimmy Poo, Cathedral. Mr. National Cathedral, Jimmy Poo, Cathedral. National Cathedral, Jimmy Poo, Cathedral.
Is that a Galamsey site?
I'm not sure.
The guy singing is not as annoying as the one dancing at the back. So look at him. Asamajan. He's dancing like Asamajan. So that's a swimming pool. It looks like Galamsey site.
No, but this guy looks like maybe a mechanic, sort of, Oh, but he moves if he dance.
The guy at the back, he is the attraction. Look at how he's taking it serious. It's like he's sticking to stardom.
This gentleman who started this thing.
So these guys, you must try and look for them and bring them on your show.
No, what?
You should try and get some of them, bring them on your show. How is taking a thing serious?
And the guy looks serious. It is swimming pool part, no. Swimming pool. So I swimming pool. Yeah. So it is swim. It is swimming pool. On that note, I want to say happy birthday to my brothers Edward and Edward Quayson, P and K. Today is your birthday.
Twins.
Yes, twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
They share a birthday with the speaker.
Yeah, with the Speaker of Parliament. So happy birthday to you.
I hear the speaker when you see him and you start flowing your fans. Father, oh father. Then
Father.
It will sort you.
So he's on the screen. Father, I did do my own for here. Yeah. Father, oh father. Yeah.
So make you send a ticket.
Father, happy birthday to you, sir.
Add some. Add more.
Then make her increase the
Father,
volume.
oh father. Yeah.
Father, oh father. Okay, sir.
Up next, Metro Sports.
National Cathedral, swimming pool, cathedral. National Cathedral, swimming pool, cathedral. Mr. National Cathedral, swimming pool, cathedral. Mr. National Cathedral, swimming pool, cathedral. Mr.